To the channel, everybody. Stephen J. Campbell here. We're doing a live stream on a Sunday. In today's video, we're going to be exploring the middle part of the strip, a casino company that was recently sold in the biggest blockbuster deal in Vegas history. And we're also going to be talking about the oil crisis and how things may never get better for oil, the reasons why, and mechanistically how that all works. We're also going to be talking about the fact that major first world countries are going to be seeing quite possibly a stark decrease in their GDP output and their average incomes, and how the Fed chairman, the new Fed guy, Kevin Warsh, wants you all to reconsider how you see wages, because you may just be seeing it wrong. The wages may be great. You may just have to reframe everything. Is it a psyop? Is it a mind game? I have no idea. Okay? So, if you guys don't know who I am, I'm Stephen J. Campbell. I am a polarizing figure in the Vegas YouTube space, I found out today. There's an entire Reddit thread about me about how my channel has gone downhill. I used to pump the city up, and now I talk it down. What I really do on this channel is I try to give you guys all the tools you need to arm yourselves economically to know what's coming next and have a better life for yourself. And at the same time, I do it through the lens of Las Vegas because I live here, and because if there's any one city in the world that has tons of discretionary money coming into it that gets affected very first, it's Vegas. That's the way it is. You can't find any other place on the planet Earth that has as much we don't need to spend it money coming in than the Las Vegas Strip. That's just a fact, Jack. And so things that happen here tend to happen later in other places. So thank you guys for being here today. Let's make sure that we have our noise isolation on. It should sound great. This is the Insta360 Mic Pro. I'm so happy with this purchase. I paid $357 after taxes. It was free shipping on Amazon, but it was worth every penny. As we like to do on the channel, I have a receipt in my hand right here from Wetzel's Pretzels. Wetzel's Auntie Anne's, Wetzel's It's all the same junk I shouldn't be eating. And we're going to play a game on the channel of how much does a pretzel cost on the Las Vegas Strip. Give you an idea of where I am. I'm at the food hall. It's a food court, but nobody wants to call it a food court, so we call it a food hall. I'm here at the Horseshoe, formerly the Bally's, in the center of the Strip, a property that now between here and the link is advertising how cheap Vegas can really be. It can be very cheap in Vegas. So we'll play a game of how much does a pretzel cost before my tip that I always tip. But I did tip as well 15% to the lady there. So tell in the comments below how much you think a pretzel costs. Fun thing about me, I try to avoid this kind of food at all costs. I had some protein-based stuff this morning for breakfast. I wake up at 5:20 in the morning, so I've been up now for 6 hours. Yeah, 6 hours. I woke up at 5:20 this morning, and this will be my second meal of the day. Just some carbohydrates to get into me. As I try to take on my day with you guys out here. $2, $12, $8.50. You guys some of you are close, some of you are off. Keep going in the chats, keep telling me what you think. This is the time of the video where we sit and we chat with you guys, answer your questions, talk about your concerns. If you don't know, YouTube is actually currently ranking you. They are ranking you as to your chats. So if you chat more and make good comments that people respond to and chat with, then you will get a higher chat score. So this will give you motivation to chat and have a chat score with us here. I have your comments right here in my hand, so I can read them as we go on. But I don't know. I'm in the camp that I think that we are heading into recession type territory coming up in the next year or so. Yeah, we have the oil to go over. We have a bunch of topics to cover. Trump is the best president, my opinion, and your opinion is your opinion. That's true. You're entitled to your opinion. Chats, who thinks that Trump's the best president? Put B for best, W for worst. I'm not telling you either way. I don't get political on the channel. But we have a lot of $2, $4.99, $8.95, $15. Somebody said $11 with the tip. Well, I will tell you, it was $11 with the tip. This pretzel cost me $8.95. A thing that I will eat and have a carb spike over because of all the glutinous white flour. $11.16 with the tip. How do you like that? That's pretty good, actually. We have some W's, we have some B's, we have some B's, we have a lot of B's. 1K a day it is. Best Sunday, y'all. Oh, yeah, 1K a day. Well, apparently that's my grift. My grift is that I teach people how to click buttons and try to be like me, where I make $1,700 in 10 minutes. That's a grift, apparently. I was 5 cents off. He was better the first term. Canadian transplant matter not. Well, I don't know what that means, but let's have some pretzel before it gets cold. It's already cold. It was hot. I've never had one of these before. It's supposed to have salt on it, but this whole half of the pretzel has like no salt on it whatsoever. They made all sorts of like pretzels, and she was trying to sell me sauces. I like sauces, but I was going to get some caffeine today, but I already had too much caffeine. I'm trying to cut down. Diabetics like me need to stay away from those delicious pretzels. Yeah, you get that insulin spiking. Oh my gosh. So yeah, give me a chat, guys. I'll read your chats as I'm eating this here. I don't think I dig this pretzel very much. I imagine I could get something better at the grocery store. You should be getting that yeasty hit. Yeah. I've been kind of trying to balance my diet out a little bit. Excuse me. Do I have any... There's kidnappings on the Las Vegas Strip? That sounds like a thing I should make an entire video about. Let me look here. On this here. The investment roller coaster is great for day trading. Yeah, I don't teach people investments. I teach them how to... I teach them how to click buttons and read charts. Kidnappings... I've never heard of that. I mean, that could be just... that could be just one of those... underground things that you've heard about. Oh, wow, look at that. Las Vegas kidnappings and abductions rise more than 40% in 2026. We have it here from a credible news source. News 3, corporate news, Las Vegas says, where's my headline? There it is. So there's corporate news. So they don't run stuff just to get clicks. Well, they do, but they're very much, yeah, they're very much less clickbaity. Data from Las Vegas Metropolitan Police revealed a sharp increase in kidnappings and abductions reports so far this year. But I don't know it's the Las Vegas Strip, you understand? And it says here that there's a broad range of things that's considered kidnapping. So you can take somebody out of your house if you're an angry dad, and the mom doesn't let you have custody of the kid, right? So this is a scenario. They don't say this, but I'm going to give you a scenario based on what they're saying here. So this could be considered kidnapping, right? You have visitation rights with your child. You're supposed to see your kid on a Saturday. You show up to mom's house. Mom says you can't see the kid today. You say that's BS. This is my court order day to see the kid. You tell the kid to get in your car. Kid trusts you because you're the dad. You take the kid down the street to mini golf. Mom calls it in. Hey, he took my kid. I told him he couldn't. Now you're charged with kidnapping. So, you know, but there were some high-profile cases. Last month, police arrested Martin Guerrera of kidnapping in SA. He waived his right to a preliminary hearing. He released photos of a white van. Oh, it's always a white van. Also, 55-year-old Harold Allen. He stole a running car from a Walmart parking lot while a passenger was inside. I remember that. They were sleeping. Crashed into another car. I think the person passed away. The passenger passed away in that case. That's kidnapping. Wow. So that's some insane stuff, man. Calcium polymarket might be a good subject for talking about futures and explaining how they work. Calcium Polymarket are cooked. They're fixed. It's such bull. I feel so bad for kids and the estranged parents. Yeah, I mean, we had that incident at the Rio Hotel where the mom and the dad were in a custody battle and they were fighting over things for years. And he had arrears in child support payments, and then she brought her daughter to the dance contest in Vegas, dance competition, and then he did horrible things to them and took them out in the rooms, plus himself. Philadelphia pretzels are apparently the best. Yeah, I've never been to the city of brotherly love. Isn't that the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia? I'm from Boston and I'm flying out Friday to see the A's play the Brewers in Summerlin. Oh, is that already happening, that series? That sounds fun. Dad then gives the cops the legal papers and mom gets arrested for refusing to release. I wish that was the case. A lot of times men are not men are not treated the same in the courts. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. Rich is here. How you doing, Rich? So you guys can say comments and ask questions. But yeah, yes, we've had an uptick in kidnappings out here. Interesting video to make a video around, possibly. See what other comments we have here. The investment roller coaster, yeah, Trump is hands down, somebody says, the worst president in history. Okay. I think I'm good on the pretzel. I have this much left. The $11.16 pretzel that I paid for, right there, $11.16 for a pretzel on the strip. Actually, not that bad considering some of the markups on other things out here in this town and how they do you. So I wanted to go cheap today, cheap and dirty, but this was what I did. Head over to Casino Royale. I've been there. We're going to go over to Caesars because that's part of what was sold last week. Hello from Chicago. For you, do you use a fib daily? It's in 1K a day. I use it sometimes if I don't catch a move. My fib is not the standard fib. So, in 1K a day, my course on trading the futures markets, getting like base hits, make $100 here, $200 there as your goal. I use a Fibonacci. A Fibonacci sequence is an Italian mathematician from the 1300s. And he noticed a pattern that repeats in nature. And I'm sure there's people way smarter than me on this stream right now that are going to be like hating everything I'm saying because they know this. But the Fibonacci sequences show up in flowers, faces, seashells, the sun. They also show up on trading charts. And the way it works is that on trading charts, doesn't matter what you're trading, if it's a Tesla stock or if it's a futures contract on NASDAQ, NQ, NASDAQ 100, the price tends to react the same way, but I have a tweaked version of that in 1K a day that it adheres to even better, and I show you all the levels and stuff like that. So if I have a move that goes down, like let's say you miss the move and it's over, but you don't know if it's over, that's when you can invoke a Fibonacci, and I can show you kind of how that looks right now. So we'll bring up our chart here for NASDAQ, even though the market's closed. Excuse me. So like, let's say right here, right? If it looked like this was the last hour of the day here. So let's say you didn't get in here because your perfect entry here was actually either down there where it goes past the white or up here when it goes past the blue. But if you didn't get in here, what you could do is draw Fibonacci, and then you can measure where you would enter on the down, and the entry is around there, around that point right there, because it breaks down. And I show you how that number is all set up and how you can have like 85% confidence. I mean, 83%. I always seem to trade with 83%. So this was my day on Friday. Just to show you guys right here, this is what I made. And if you take a look right here, you can see that my profitable trade percentage, that line right there by my finger, is 83.33%. So everything I did, I was, if I didn't trade 10 times, I took 6 trades. But if I did, 8 out of 10 of them were winners. So 83%. So it shows you that kind of level of confidence. Show has gotten better. Glad to see you having success. Thanks, Anthony. I got a lot of people. Like I said, there's a whole Reddit thread from 4 days ago that was dedicated to me about how I'm terrible now. It hurts my feelings because I'm a human being and not a psychopath. You're loving the course? Andy, I teach that. There's a whole section in 1K a day on that. It's like a 15 or 20 minute long video you can check out if you want. This guy's not paying attention. His beeper's going off. His food is done. The Horseshoe is a fun casino. We're going to go check out the Horseshoe. The World Series of Poker just started. Spoiler alert, it's kind of dead up there. But I tried a different title today. We'll see if we get anybody watching the stream. Reddit is a cesspool of idiots. It's a lot of people who don't share my politics as well. Like, I don't talk about politics here on the channel, but they don't, like, I go to Reddit and everything is anti-America, anti-Christian, anti-traditional marriage. I'm just like, that's not me. So it's not even politics. That's just the societal shift. So for me, I'm like pro-America. I'm pro-freedom of speech, even though sometimes I have to mute people here. I'm pro-traditional marriage. I'm pro-Christian. I'm pro-religion. Like, I think you should have a religion. I think Christianity is the correct one. But, I'm pro all those things. I'm pretty, so from a societal value, like in my heart, I'm a pretty conservative person. But I'm going to tell you guys something that might blow your minds. There's a lot of liberal people that would never vote for Donald Trump who are also those things. You may not know it, but they exist. They are out there. Because our politics for world events and stuff like that, it doesn't have to affect who we are as a person, Stephen, I work from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Are there still hours left to trade? Well, that's a great question, Patrick. So the markets run from Vegas time zone. Right now it's 11:41 a.m. The markets run from 3 p.m. market open Vegas time on a Sunday till 1 p.m. on a Monday, then 3 p.m. on a Monday till 1 p.m. on a Tuesday. So there's only 2 hours a day where the markets don't have the futures markets aren't running. You do realize you're eating a fib. Pretzels have to. There you go. Very smart. So you can trade at any time. I mean, there's 22 hours in a day. You can trade at any point in the day. Hi, Steve, watching from Cardiff. Okay. Do you think the market will drop soon? Way too high? Yeah, we're going to have to go into a correction. It seems like the markets can't tank, but here's the problem, right? So we'll talk about the oil thing right now. So MSNBC or CNBC, I can't remember which one. Say what, excuse me, say what you will on them, but there was this one CNBC article. Let me see if I can find it. I just had it up earlier today. Let's see. How do I find my history on my browser on Safari? Personal history. Average. Nope, that's not it. Wow, I can't find it. Oh, I see. Yeah. The problem is it's showing me the history from every single Apple device. So this one here says, like, oil exports through the Strait of Hormuz might not return to levels seen before the Iran war. And so this article here goes to point out that if you think oil is expensive now, it's only going to likely go up. It points back to 2024 in the Red Sea, when Houthi rebels were attacking oil tankers, and the traffic never returned the same. So I started tearing into this a little bit, 6 in the morning, because that's the kind of guy I am. And I started looking into it. And so right now, like, let's say the war ended tomorrow. Now, the war ended tomorrow. The insurance for a tanker to go through the Strait of Hormuz would be hundreds of millions of dollars. And that's baked into the price of a barrel of oil. And just getting all the tankers back takes time. Now, one thing that also happened is that Iran and Saudi Arabia, they had to almost completely stopped production of oil. The problem is, they here's what it is. It's like having a warehouse where you make stuff and the warehouse is attached, right? And all of a sudden all your trucks break down. So normally you make a product, you make bottles of water, right? And the normal thing is that you make bottles of water and you can send out 100 trucks a day. But suddenly you can only send out 1 or 2 trucks a day. And so what do? You can't just keep endlessly producing bottles of water because your warehouse will fill up. So what they did was they shut down their oil production to a great extent. So now these countries aren't even producing oil. And starting to produce oil isn't just flipping a switch, like a light switch. You have to go, and it takes weeks and months to ramp up oil production. So that's the second thing, right? So when Trump says that when the war ends, the prices will drop, we'll be in a golden age, it'll take likely between 12 to 18 months for that all to happen. So he's not telling you an untruth, but he's making it sound as though when the war does end and we have some permanence in that, in the tensions going away, it's making it sound like if that happened on a Monday, on a Wednesday, the 2 days later, everything's back to normal. This is not how it works. So economists are predicting up to $144 per barrel for oil, which is going to translate into absolutely everything going forward. The other thing too that I was researching, today was so Scott Bassett wants you. Scott Bassett, Kevin Warsh. He wants you to think differently about the way that you take a look at wages. Okay, he wants you to think differently about inflation. He wants you to think differently about stuff. The Wall Street Journal was reporting on this here, and the article says that they're trying to basically redefine how we talk about inflation, how we talk about the prices of things, and how we talk about your wages. And now they're starting to use little terms that make it sound like the problem is more in your head than anything, like vibeflation. The vibeflation is just bad vibes. And so the economy is really good right now, but it's just the problem is you. So he says, so they go on TV and they say that actually wages are up. But the truth is their own federal data that they release once a month say that real wages are down. Real wages are down. So you're like, okay. And then we have like the Financial Times. And then we have the Financial Times. And they're running articles just a few days ago like this. It says, hey, real wages start to shrink in developed countries. This is the Financial Times. Strait of Hormuz crisis pushes price growth ahead of pay increases in the US, UK, and elsewhere. So what's happening now is that real wages are shrinking and inflation is going up and the job market is kind of frozen. So now what does that mean? That means that you have stagflation. You have stagflation, where the prices of things keep getting more expensive, but the labor market stays flat or sinks. Then you have AI coming in to just basically wipe everything out. Tech companies are not hiring as many entry-level positions anymore. And Jensen Huang, who's the CEO of NVIDIA, he said if he pays a programmer to write code for AI, $500,000 a year, which is the typical price they pay for an AI programmer, and he doesn't do enough AI work, he would go ballistic. He said, I want that guy spending $250,000 to $500,000 a year in AI costs. If I found out he only spent $5,000, I would lose my mind. So they want the AI programmer to use AI to create new AI. So what they're telling you is learn more AI, push more AI, make the AI better so it can replace you in your job. So it's not even just I'm going to use a tool and the tool is going to make me better at my job. It's I better be totally reliant on the tool. It's kind of ridiculous. Anyways, let's see what your comments are. We have two held. Just so you guys know, some of you guys think that I censor you. The truth is YouTube's Gemini AI is censoring you. You can see where it says show or hide. That's where it expects me to make a decision about if I say these comments are good. The undeniable science has it that for a male to transition to female, it requires nearly 51%. That's just a funny joke about trans stuff. If you're trans, don't push it on kids. I don't care. I don't agree with you, but we can still be friends. You're an adult. So we'll show that comment. And then the other comment is the removed material does not go to waste. It can easily be grafted onto the mind of any whatever. Can you follow your trading program from the UK? Yes. Maybe we should talk about this a little bit. So Years and years ago, see, okay, now here's the thing. You might not want to ever be my student if you know this. I'm a high school dropout. I made every single thing in my life on hard mode because I fought with everybody and I have Asperger's and I am locked into my lanes, and I melted down my life. Somebody on my channel got me into, day trading with prop firms. Now, they lied to me. They told me that within 30 days, I'd be having all my bills paid and have a six-figure income. That's not the way trading works. Like, if anybody ever tells you that you can learn trading in just a weekend with my course and you can be making money on Monday, run in the opposite direction. But I got into trading and I used his link that made him money, and I lost money. And every time I lost money, he actually made money. And so I was kind of scammed into it. And I put that in my course, 1K a day. But over the time, I had help from other people because we all have help along the way. And I just kept at it because I had nothing left. Like, it was either I make this work or my life is over and I'm going to be retired living on the streets in a cardboard box and my wife's going to leave me, rightly so. So eventually I started winning little bits, just $100 here, $200 there, whatever, 80% of the time. As long as you don't lose, and I teach that too, how to not lose so much, you can be successful at this. I believe anybody could. It's a possibility. So I developed a course called 1K a day, and in it I show people how to do just that. I show them how I trade bigger than you because I've been doing it a longer time. I have, $1,700 days like I had on Friday. That's my Tradibate account. And you can see that I only took 6 trades, and I was only in them for 31 seconds each. Generally, 83% win rate. I teach you guys how to do that, how to paper trade, how to practice trade. It's a 23-hour-long video course. That's all bite-sized videos, anywhere between 3 to 15 minutes. You can watch it at any device. I priced the course at $2,000. I kept raising the price. People said, I can't afford it. My work isn't working good. I want to do it. So I kept the price really low. And now 1K a day, I'm doing it because I think we're going into recession, and I'm doing it for a lower price than you guys could imagine. I'm doing it for $198.49 today if you guys wanted to get in on the course. And the reason I do it for so low is that I'd rather help 10,000, 20,000 people. This is the course right here. You can see these are all video lessons. And there's the one how I got scammed into day trading, 14 minutes long. And you can see all these, and you watch them, and you practice, and you learn. And then when you go to trade, how much do you need to learn? How much money do you need? $100 is prop firms. Prop firms are a way to get into the markets where you pay a fee, take a test. When you pass the test, you have the ability to take deposits, and it costs $100. And the test is, can you make $3,000 in the markets? You don't keep that money, but you're trading the markets to prove that you can get an account where you can actually make money. So you pay me $100 and whatever it is today for the course. You study, you practice, you learn a skill nobody can ever take from you. You do it before I raise the price because I am not going to keep it. It was a $197.49 on Friday. Now it's $198.49 because my coupons have to go up every time I do it now. Just the way it is. I held this coupon out as long as I can. Maybe it's here tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow it's $249. Maybe it's $399. I don't know. But anyways, I think it's worth it. If you guys want to learn more, you're going to go there. You're going to click the link in the comment and type in the code 531 if you guys want to get the deal. And I'll announce you and congratulate you right here on the chat. I'll say congratulations, Mr. A, Ms. B, Mr. C, for getting into 1K a day. And I will not out you. Let me test that coupon's working just because. Yeah, and the website's got more information and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's up to you. If you want to do this stuff, you do this stuff. If you ever thought that, it costs so much money and I can't afford it, well, actually, that's not true. You just didn't know that you could afford it, It's like I talked to realtors when I used to sell marketing. Yeah, if you go to it, yeah, it's $198.49 if you put in that code right now on the checkout page. So you can see the code right up there is 531, and then the price is $198.49. That's the one price. You don't pay extra for it later. I was talking to realtors, and when I used to sell marketing and advertising and stuff. And this one realtor, I had this great conversation with them, and they said, most people can afford a house, but they don't think they can afford a house. They think they need 10 or 20% down payment, but the truth is, I can probably find them something for way less. I can get them in with a government program, or they can have some kind of thing that they don't know exists. There's more ways to do things than you know. And so that's That's what I teach, and that's what I do. And you can do it from the UK, you can do it from France, you can do it from Canada, you can do it from Mexico, you can do it from Australia, from New Zealand. Pretty much any of the G20 countries, you're good to go. There's only a few countries. Where are your verified results? Douglas, I just showed you results, man. See, the course isn't for Douglas. Douglas will never buy the course. I don't think he's bought the course. Most of the time when people troll me, they troll me with that kind of stuff. And I tell them, I hope you don't buy the course. If you're going to be small-minded and no faith, then you're going to go through life missing opportunities throughout your entire life, and that's fine. But when you say things like that, I know you're not really going to be my student, and even if you were, you're probably the kind of person that tears through it in 30 days and requests a refund and steals from me. Like, it happens all the time, bro. And by the way, AlgoBox is bullshit. I'm going to curse for a minute. Get AlgoBox, then win. It's bullshit. And what Douglas is telling you is that all you got to do is buy this thing called AlgoBox. For all I know, Douglas made AlgoBox, and he uses my audience to advertise it because he's going in here. But here's what I know to be true. If there was one piece of software that you could pay, I'm sorry, Douglas. I've tolerated your BS for a very long time. If there was one software that you could actually pay for, and it would just be one click and you'd win forever, everybody would be doing it. You would have generational wealth developed within families. As the husband bought it, then he made his money back on it and gave it to his wife, and then she made the money and gave it to her sister, and nobody would have any problems. The truth is, this is a human being thing where you need to have logic. AI trading doesn't work right now. Give it some time. Maybe it's a thing. But, Douglas is probably sitting there wondering, how come my comments aren't showing up? Dude, you had weeks to clean up your game. I'd buy the course, but I would flunk it. Why would you fail it? That's ridiculous. Why would you ever say that about yourself? And see, that's another thing I want you guys to understand. I believe in you more than you believe in you. Because when I was down on my luck, I believed in God and God believed in me. And I had one or two other people that believed in me. And that made the world a difference. So, that being said, if you do become my student, I have a special email. You guys, I'm here to help you. I'm here to hear about your wins and your struggles and your challenges and your successes. Like, I want to see you guys win. Anyways, what he says in the class is true. I've made my money back, James says. He will even tell you the mistakes you will make. I thought I was better. I was not. I made them. Restarted again, getting my future son-in-law started. That's cool, man. How busy was it pulling into the strip? But the thing is, by the way, the stats came out for April. I'm a student and you're a great teacher. Thank you so much for the recommendations, for the reviews. The thing is, I was coming into the strip today, not very busy, but the truth is we had the April numbers come out, and the April numbers show that actually April saw a decline from last year, which is pretty big because last year was the biggest decline of ever, and the April numbers are down. But the gaming numbers are okay, so the casinos are making their money. I said it on my stream on Friday, guys, if you have money, you're going to do good in Vegas. You're going to have a great time. You could live here and have the best time in your life. We're going to go check out what's happening upstairs. We've been down here for 30 minutes so far. Let's get back to some comments before we do that, see if I have something to talk about. The undeniable science is that if a male... Okay, yeah, we had that. I want to eat pizza now. Those slices look huge. There you go. Practice, practice, practice. No joke, Sari says. No lie. Practice some more. Well. Yep. And then James's student who's made his money back and then some, and there you go. Okay. Well, anyways, if you don't get in, you don't get in. I can't lead a horse. I can lead horses to water. I can't make them drink. $11 pretzel. Hopefully that doesn't make me tired later. But I have to get back to my healthy eating. I did have Roberto's tacos on Friday night, and I regretted it all Saturday. It was the worst thing that I could have done for myself, and I will never do it again. I don't know what they're doing with their food quality. The food was incredibly big, bigger than it's ever been. It was $24 for 4 beef tacos and 1 cheese quesadilla, and I woke up 6 hours later. My heart rate had been elevated when I was sleeping. My respiratory rate had elevated when I was sleeping. I felt like garbage. I went back to sleep for 2 more hours. I felt like I had just eaten the taco 6 hours later. Never doing that again. So we'll go walk through the, there's so much, this whole area of retail is completely dead down here. Then we'll get up to the main strip. We'll see what's going on up there. And see how life is. Okay, so if you guys comment, it makes the videos better. I shouldn't have to I shouldn't have you to comment, but I do. Because my audience sits here silent. Like, okay, then we have no input. Then I don't have to talk as much. But life is boring that way. So all the dead retail down here is pretty stark and telling. Life is hard. I don't know. You have to make up for it. Super healthy snacks now. Well, yesterday I had low carb mozzarella tortillas. I eat ice cream every night. It won't kill me. It's within my food budget. But I can't let it get off the rails. So they're building like gift shops right in the middle of this, which makes it look very claustrophobic. But hey, you can monetize it. But see, that's closed, I think. I mean, it doesn't look open. All this stuff is all boarded up down here, which is kind of weird. You have to, okay, life is hard. No, that's the thing. I don't want you guys to think life is hard. Life isn't supposed to be easy. Nothing in life comes easy if there's a reward at the end of it. I want to point that out. Michael says, hey, Stephen from Ontario, that could have been an issue with ingesting too much Madison Square Gardens. You described several of the known side effects. Yeah. This is Bally's, I mean Binions. This is the Horseshoe, but it's formerly Bally's. I call it Bally's all the time. Oh, the Twilight Zone is open. Okay. It's mini golf. But, yeah, all this boarded up stuff down here. I guess Bodies is down here now? I don't know, man. Like, maybe this place is busy at Saturday at 10 p.m. Good morning, Stephen. Do you ever trade pre-market? I've noticed there's a lot of movement. Hey, John, I get that question all the time. It's not for me. I like the market open, but pre-market's good. If you're on the East Coast and it's 8:30 in the morning and the stuff starts moving, do it. Yeah, whatever works for you. You'll figure it out. We're not downtown now. I was going to go downtown today, but I decided not to. I just decided to come down into the center because I haven't been to Horseshoe or Caesars for a while, and all this stuff just got sold last week. So we're going to take a look at Tillman Fertitta's new investment. All $17.9 billion of it. I'll put my coupon code in there if you guys want to get in before the price goes up. 198.49. Those are the prices. I can't keep it as low as I could. I wish I could. By the way, I'm on a quest to try to rebuild my audience. My audience was all just Vegas. We just went a few pool parties, but I never do that. So if you're smart as a whip, you like concepts, high concepts, you like Vegas, you like the economy, you like to understand how things are working, subscribe to the channel. That was a basement arcade. It was. It was a big deal when it opened a few years ago. Now there's arcades kind of in several spots on the strip. She wants some money. So the World Series of Poker is dead this morning. There's not anybody really around. Sometimes they chase us out of here, tell us not to stream. Depends on if they're fully armed with like machine gun security guards are out here. You have a video that explains about trading for my son. You mentioned it earlier, but I had just tuned in. No, I don't do that stuff on this channel. I have the course, 1K a day. It's kind of a private thing because it's worth, well, to the right person, it can be worth a small fortune. But there's lots of videos on trading, but not on my channel directly. We talk about the economy at whole, mostly in Vegas stuff. Hello from Toronto. Thanks, Stephen, for sharing your stories with Jay Bravo. Love hearing them. Sounds like a good dude. He's a great guy. He's a God-based family man. Glad he's a friend of mine. The whole family, well, yeah, technically you could get your whole family doing 1K a day. You should teach your kids to trade, by the way. If you teach your children how to trade, they don't have the same money baggage that you do. They're a little more fearless, which means that they're not going to be prevented from winning as much. We prevent ourselves from winning things in life. Maybe I should reach out to Fertitta and show them how to avoid ransomware, because they don't know how. None of the casinos do, man. Ransomware is a big deal nowadays. Yep. So we're going to go to the walkway to the strip, pop into the Paris. It's already hot. It's like 88 degrees outside. I have to figure out a cooling solution for my phone, because going outside, the phone heats up, the modem slows down, the stream buffers. You guys can yell at me about my cheap phone plan. I pay $300 a month for phone plans. I have 2 of them. You guys can tell me to get a better phone. Paid $1,700 for an Apple iPhone 17 Pro Max on launch day, within 10 minutes of it coming out. But it's just the heat throttles things. There's not much we can do about it. I'll have to find a solution, and still looking. There's always a solution for everything in life. I would be surprised if they didn't figure out a way to build shops down here. You know, this seems like empty, wasted space. Oh, there's that, well, we'll just call it June. It's June tomorrow. There's that June heat. Trying to figure out a way to watch the game with a friend of mine somewhere on the strip. You know, but that's going to be very difficult to do. Game 3 or Game 4. I think there's going to be not a lot of seats anywhere unless you have Swagger and Sway, High Roller. The Italian accent doesn't work well. You type out. Okay. Just bought your... Oh, you did? You just bought my course. Well, Leonard, thank you so much. Just so you know, there's a severe delay. People buy a course and then there's like 15, 20 minutes they tell me through email, or else I would have announced you already, buddy. But stick around, you'll see your name, or you'll see Mr. L come up, if that is your real name. Working my way through the course, best awesome 199. I spent a long time. Cool. Thank you guys. Love the positivity. Whatever happened to the positivity? How much business can they be doing up here? I mean, it's tough, man. Giordano's okay. Eat pizza. I should have had pizza instead of that pretzel. What do you think of paper trading? Oh, it's a cornerstone of the course. The course is like 90% paper trading, dude. Well, no, it's not 90% paper trading, but like that's what most people should do. You guys know that there's times where I don't even trade in the mornings. I paper trade. I paper trade regularly, once or twice a week. I don't even trade regular. I just practice trade on paper trading. Why would I trade regular? I don't have to. Like, you know, if you just want to trade and you're having an off day or something's going on in your life, just paper trade, dude. Just front test, back test, forward test and back test, front test and back test. Front test and forward test are the same thing. So how much are pizzas at Giordano's? Let's take a look here. So we have a 12-inch pizza is $30. 16 inches is 40. You know what's funny about this? Yesterday I was on the strip and I was walking and doing a FaceTime call with my wife, and I was showing her $40. Now, if you go to Planet Hollywood and you have a much less good pizza than Giordano's, the pizza at the food hall in Planet Hollywood is $40. It's 75 cents less for the same size. So you can come to Giordano's and get a pizza for $40. And if you want to build your own pizza, it's $29 to start with as a base. So if you're really on a budget, you come here and get a 16-inch pizza for $29.55. I mean, good golly, Miss Molly. Like, that's incredibly affordable if you think about it. But, you know, we've been programmed to think of everything in Vegas as being surcharged on steroids. I mean, do you guys think $30 for a pizza, a large 16-inch pizza, is expensive? Tell me in the comments.
To make the loop.
They're already doing music here at 12 noon. That's so cool.
Well, the Eagles, not a very popular band, not very well known worldwide. They don't have a lot of good songs. I don't even know how they have sold out.
Way too expensive.
Here over and over.
I don't get how you guys, like, you're in Vegas though. Let me ask you, for Vegas, is it too expensive? What do you think the price should be on the Vegas Strip? It's a large pizza. You guys know that a large pizza at Domino's costs about $25 nowadays? Have you guys ever ordered? They always have the specials, but if you're not ordering a special at Domino's, the real price of that thing is 30 bucks. They're selling you the special, right? And then they sell you the add-ons and the desserts, which is where their real profits are. So the pizza is a loss leader. The add-ons are coming from everything they throw to you afterwards. Domino's pizza is $17 to $20. Not on my menu. I ordered it just a week and a half ago when I was sick. I ordered delivery.
I know you don't know.
Oh my gosh. That bass guitar, huh?
Really don't have
Oh, that's new. Vintage photos. I've never seen that before. So it looks like this. Interesting. Vintage photos in Vegas. What are we just sending you? Oh, he's taking your photo yourself. Your backdrop is that. That's you in Vegas. You have to just tell people, no, I was in Vegas, but it was a CVS pharmacy behind me. Trust me, bro. Let's go into Paris so we can get some balance with this phone. Domino's large one-topping pizza carryout. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to ask an honest question because I don't want to ever lose focus and not understand reality. But you guys are mostly having to eat that way. Is that what it is? And I'm asking you because I don't eat a lot of fast food. Just so you understand. I'm not some rich guy who's out of touch. I'm just asking. If you guys are doing pizza or fast food, how are you guys just picking by price? Say yes or no. Let me know in the chats. Are you guys just picking things by price nowadays? Is that how it is for you? Burgers in Las Vegas are $20 to $35. That's not true. At all. I mean, $14.99 if you go to the not ketchup bar. Where is it? Can't remember. I was at PH yesterday. Oh, Irv's. It's a place called Irv's inside of PH. It's $9.99 for a burger. And if you want to get a double, it's $14.99. Do you think your typical viewer makes between 70 to 75K a year? For the household, probably. Because my typical viewer is age 45 and up. So I would imagine that the typical viewer for the household makes 70 to 75K a year. That's what I would imagine. Now, I don't know if that's to be true. Maybe I'm way off base. For the household, not per person. When I have to eat fast food, I choose what I want, or I am with somebody in the car what they want. Steven, what areas of Las Vegas is hurting most for real estate? The whole market in Vegas is kind of... Anywhere that's not luxury is jammed up for real estate in Vegas these days. Luxury is up 13%, but everything else is sitting at too much inventory on the markets. So most places. So Summerlin's fine. Nice parts of Henderson are fine. Lake Las Vegas is doing great, thank you very much. PF Chang's has a good lunch special. Of course, there are exceptions. Burgers in the Las Vegas Strip. Okay, well, I mean, I'm just saying that most burgers I've seen are $14.95, $9.99. It was actually quite shocking, the prices of food yesterday when I went to look, because I saw pizza for $7.50 a slice, and last year it was $14, $10. So like, I think a lot of these places have responded to the market, you know. What happens when luxury falls? Well, that's the thing. I don't know that luxury ever falls. It's weird because, like, you know, I don't think Gordon Ramsay's steak is going to have a problem with the economy ever. This is his high-end steak place. You guys may not think of Gordon Ramsay as being high-end, but this is his premier restaurant in Vegas. I mean, I don't think that, you know, Louis Vuitton and Prada and Chanel are in trouble at the Crystals. I understand that it's a luxury segment, and a lot of you guys don't like that. It's the truth, because we're at a place in time now where the economy is splitting apart so much. So first, okay, so it's $119, bar and lounge only, first course, Caesar salad, British. Oh, it went away. So they have a fixed price menu for $120 per person here. Now, if you're getting a 5-star experience, that's great, but then you know, I don't know if you know this, but there's a place in town here that has a $2,500 tomahawk experience. Like, they bring it out to your table. It's like big event. People will pay for that. There's luxury cruise lines right now selling cruises for a week or 2 weeks for $100,000 for a cruise for 2 people, $100K, $250K. Ferrari just launched a new EV. It's ugly as sin. It's called the Luce. $688,000 for a Ferrari EV. Looks like a toy car, but people will pay it. They'll line up to pay it. Shops in Las Vegas still pay rent. Yeah, they do. Yeah, everybody pays rent. Luxury stores in Vegas pay rent differently. They have a very low base rent per square footage. And then they have sales that they want to hit. And when they hit above the sales, the venue like MGM would get a piece of the merchandise sales. But to them, they're a loss leader for MGM. MGM will rent them the space and take a loss retail-wise, like per square foot, because they want people coming to their properties. So the Crystal shops across the street from here, not too far away. You have Crystal shops. You have the Wynn Esplanade. These are some of the top 10 retail, like high price retail in the United States of America. Madison Avenue is first, obviously. Like Beverly Hills is second. Chicago's third. Vegas is like fifth. You know, fourth, fifth, sixth. We have so much high end retail here, but they don't need to make the sales you think they need to make. They pay $300 per square foot, whereas everybody else is paying $1,500. They're subsidized. When you put a Hermes store, it's subsidized. Because why? Because it brings in the person with a $50 million net worth to the property. Okay, so we have breakfasts. We have a butter croissant for $9.99. I think this is a little expensive. Butter croissant, $9.99. Croissants, cronut, and geez, sausage and egg, $16. Dinner is $25 for a sandwich, Cuban pork Italian. Rotisserie chicken salad. Yeah, it's a little expensive down here, don't you think? $8 for a coffee, $7 for a juice, $9 for a Red Bull. There it is. But look how busy it is in these shops. Like I said, Vegas is packed. The economy is cooked. What the hell is going on? I was talking to my wife yesterday, and I think what it is that... So when I was a kid, like, vacations were not a given. Okay, like, can I have anybody who's an old-timer like me in the chat tell me if I'm wrong? But back in the 80s to the early 90s, vacations weren't like something that everybody was entitled to. At least not grand, luxurious vacations. You might take a vacation. Your vacation might be camping. Maybe if maybe you rent a cabin if you have some bucks. Or you might take a vacation. You go to your family in another state or another city or another province. And that's what vacations were back then. But somewhere along the line, everything got cheaper. Everybody started living on credit. And now we've gone to where like a Vegas vacation or going to Times Square in New York City or going to, SeaWorld San Diego or Disney, it became like this thing that everybody's like, if I can't afford that, then I'm not doing good enough. But am I wrong in this? Is that we used to never, I'm an older timer, yes, vacations were something you earned. No one was going to pay for your way unless you were a kid. Camped every summer all over Canada and the USA based out of Fort Mac. Right. So it used to be that vacations were essential to blowing off some steam, right? But the vacation didn't always have to be coming to Vegas for a week or going to Times Square or taking a cruise ship for 2 weeks. The vacation could have been something simple. It was just a change of scenery. But now we're at this point where it's like, nope. If the vacation is going to be an ultra thing and, now the prices are too high. And I think the operators of these venues would rather have expensive, high-dollar people come in. I don't think they necessarily need the budget traveler coming in, nor do they want them. I want to tell you guys something. First of all, are there any business owners in the chat? Can you say yes? Can you say yes if you're a business owner? I want to know if there's any business owners in the chat. If I got a business owner in the chat, say yes or type Y. Okay, so if you're a business owner, I'm going to tell you guys something. If you're not a business owner, if you are a business owner, I want to know if I'm off base here, okay? But so the business owner is going to back me up if I'm right or I'm wrong. I need your participation in this. If you have clients, you're going to have two types of clients mostly. The first type of client is broke. They don't have a lot of money, but they really want or need your service. And they will pay for your service, but because they are relatively broke, they don't have a lot of money, everything you do for them is so important to that person. They are the highest maintenance client you have. And once a year or once every few years or maybe more than once a year, you fire one of these clients because they are just too much and you really don't need their business because they actually lose your money. The second type of client is that client that has a really great business. They make good amounts of money and they just pay you every single month for whatever you need to do. Or they pay for the job one time. They don't ask questions. You go in, you do your job, you leave. You hope to God you get more referrals from them to their friends who are like them. Business owners, am I right or am I wrong? Tell me in the chats. Am I right or wrong? Put right or wrong in the chats, business owners. So what I'm saying to you, okay, is that when somebody comes to Vegas and they have a 25-cent bottle of water budget, but they're trying to get a champagne experience, it's not necessarily a net benefit to them. I mean, they become not a great experience for the business owner. And I think they're trying to push these people away that are maybe a little too demanding, like they expect a little bit too much. And that's a lot of the economy right now. We all know these retail people. I would call them retail Karens. I don't like using that name because there's always a nice girl named Karen that I would offend. But you know the term Karen, right? And for a time, 20 years ago, that person will come into the business and slam their hand on the counter and get pissed off and get exactly what they would ever want. And now businesses are pushing back against these people. They're like, no, I'm not just giving you the whole house because you have a bad, pissy attitude. How did I get back to the horseshoe? Let's go back and explore the Paris a little bit more. We cater, the more money the customer has, the worse they are to deal with. Okay. If businesses isn't doing too well, you have to deal with it until you find better clients. Right. That's a really good point. But what if Vegas has really better clients that will just pay for premiums and not complain about it? And this is exactly what the Wynn CEO said last year. He said, we're not feeling the same hurt as Vegas properties. Our clients come expecting to pay more and they're okay with it. And this was actually the ethos of Steve Wynn when he ran his company. Back in 2007, 8, and 9, the economy went into free fall, worse than it is now. Not arguable, 100% true. And when Steve Wynn built the Encore Beach Club, he did it as a rejection of the budget deals that were going on around him. Because he understood that even though the economy was hurting, there were still people with private jets who who wanted to come to Vegas and spend $4,000 to sit at a cabana by the pool. And he was right. So the win, they're like, hey, we're not feeling the hurts because our clients know that the room costs $500 a night. They know that the dinner costs $450. They know that the water costs $9 at the gift shop. They understand the toothpaste is $12. That's what they pay. They don't complain. We give them excellent service. Like, everything is pristine. So that's what I say. That's what I say. That's what I do. But, look. That's my take on stuff. You might have a slightly different take on everything. Well, somebody said they bought 1K a day just now, and that never came in. Maybe my email's not working. I wanted to welcome them. So we're going to go next door to Planet Hollywood. Yeah, I didn't have any sale off that. That's okay. Maybe they were being nice about it. They said I just bought your course. Maybe they meant yesterday or the day before. 2008, 2009 was much cheaper and it was packed. I lived here in 2008, 2009. It was not packed. I worked on the Strip. I was out there every single day, 7 days a week. I never took days off. I was doing timeshare marketing and promotions. And I worked every single day trying to support my family out there. You might think, oh, it's easy. You're offering them free stuff. But people were like, no, I don't want to go to a timeshare. I might end up spending money that I don't want to spend because I know how manipulative it can be. Well, I thought I had that sale. Maybe the guy bought it a few days ago. Who knows? But no, there was no sale that ever came through. So I'll put my discount in again, my code in again, if you guys want to pick it up. Learn how you guys can trade the markets. Learn how you guys could get your base hits. Learn how you guys could be like some of my students. Even if you made $100 a day, even if you could learn how to make $100 a day on average, you'd be looking at 24K a year. Like, that's ridiculous if you did it. If you don't do it, you don't do it. There's no guarantees in life. So yeah, I came out the wrong. I did a big loop into Bally's. Let's go back outside. Student testimonial here. 1K a day is worth every cent times 100. Thank you, Jim. That's Mr. J. Why don't you tell him how good you do, Mr. J? Tell him, Mr. J. They won't believe you, but you can tell them. He'll give you the testimony of a lifetime. There's always Bobby's Burgers. Yes, I was going to look, but it's so packed. If there's American people ever allow private banks to control the issue of their currency, the children will wake up homeless on the continent. Oh, no, what you don't understand, T. Chris, is that the banks already control your currency issuance. They do. Yeah, it's how money is made. Nobody actually knows how money is made. I know how money is made. You don't know how money is made. You think the Federal Reserve prints money. But the truth is that the U.S. government hardly prints any currency whatsoever. People go to a bank, put down some equity or have a relationship. They ask for a loan of $100 million. The bank clicks some buttons in a computer, gives them $100 million. Then the bank reports that to the feds and it says, we have $100 million that we created. Then that gets entered into the M1 money supply. So the banks already control the currency. That's how it works. Go look it up. It's like a central bank digital currency that is unofficial, that happens every single day, hundreds if not thousands of times, hundreds of thousands of times a day, as the banks just create money and pump it into the system. Yeah, you're talking about fractional lending. They're two different separate things. Yeah, the bank takes your money that you deposit, and then they loan it out to other people, and that works. That grows money. I'm talking about literally making money out of nothing and reporting it to the Federal Reserve, which then enters it into the money supply, which then grows the money supply. $10,000 Jim made in 1K a day, 5K the next. Buying a new car now. Jim is buying a car because of 1K a day. And you're sitting here wondering if you should spend $197.49 one time to get my course so I can teach you how to do the same thing. And Jim's sitting there making, Jim's sitting there, one of my students, who's buying a car basically with cash because he worked for 30 minutes. He clicked buttons on a Monday and buttons on a Tuesday. Literally, you can't trade anymore. You're not in trouble. Just stop for today because you have now become a massive liability to us because you're too good at this. So are the rates going up? Almost certainly the rates are going up right now. You're talking about Vegas rates or interest rates? Vegas rates, by the way, RevPAR is way down. They lowered the rates in April, and RevPAR just took a dive. Interest rates across the board. Jim made $45,000 in a few months. 6 weeks. Jim made $45,000 in 6 weeks on 1K a day. My course that I sell for $198.49 today before the price goes up. I can't believe it, Jim. I believe it, but I'm so proud of you, bro. I just gave the guy doctor or dentist money. Unbelievable, bro. Use the code 531 at checkout. So the rate's going up, yes. I almost think, yeah, $45,000 is a nice car. Or it's an 80% down payment on a $100,000 G-Wagon. Or a G-Wagon's a little more than that. You know what I mean. Or you can buy a Range Rover and have it break down. That'll give you the repairs on that. I gotta go. The light's gonna change. With how much initial put down? Femare Goiniv. It's well, the course is $198.49 if you do it today. The price has been going up every video I've done the last few days by just $1 or $2. Of course I have losing days, bro. Everybody does. You just learn to control your losses. You have a trading plan. Once you hit your loss, you walk away. You don't try to win it back. That's the worst thing you can do. And then after you do that, if you're going to do the prop firm route, you pay $100, make $3,000 profit target in the markets. And then from there, you can get daily cash outs when you do win. That's how it works. FEMA Region 4, I got you. So that's what it costs. And it's not $649. It should be $2,000. That's my regular price. But if you use the code I keep putting in the chat like a goober, you use 531, you can get it for $198.49. And you click a button when it goes down, you can make money. That's the cool thing about it. Goes up, you make money. It goes down, you make money. 15 minutes a day, you're done. Walk away. That's what Mr. J is doing there. Oh yeah, it works in any G20 country. Anybody in the UK, France, Germany, Netherlands, Denmark, isn't that the same thing? Spain, I don't know, Mexico, I don't know if they're in the G20, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Tasmania. Yeah, pretty much every country except for like maybe 20 countries on Earth are able to trade the markets. It'll work in any of those places. It's better for you in the UK because of the time shift. You guys are 8 hours ahead of everybody. So all your trading happens in the early evening for the best opportunities. Woo! Oh boy. Warm, warm, warm. Let's go to PH. See how busy it is in PH. So have you guys seen these new types of gambling they have? Anybody of all ages could be gambling. These lucky boxes. So the way they work is that you'll get a graded certified trading card with an autograph, or you get other stuff. So you can get an autographed jersey, but you pay $269. You don't know whose autograph. It could be a bench warmer, or it could be Joe Montana. You get a Pokemon. I don't know anything. Oh, okay. Pokemon card boxes. You don't know what kind of Pokemon card. You might get some junk, or you might get something good. Autographed, lesser chance to get a superstar jersey. So you just, you click the button. You get the thing, you pay the money, it comes out, you open it up, you see if you got something worth $10,000 or something worth $5. New types of gambling. They had one of these lucky box machines in my local casino. Casinos love them because they only take up this much square feet and they pay huge rents every single month. It's like the ATM machine, you know, it only takes up, you know, a total of maybe 5 square feet, but it prints the money all day long. When you hit your daily loss limit, do what Monty Python says, run away. Run away for the day. Paper trade after you settle. Restart the next morning. Exactly. Yep. Control your losses. When you're losing in the casino, walk away. I mean, when you're losing on the markets, walk away. It's all the same. It's all the same, man. Most of my 10K day had simple market going down. It's simple, but I'm going to practice. Learn from Steven, put in the work, then just stay in control of your mind. Yeah? Yep, don't have biases. If it's going down, ride it down. Shorter the market. Every day is a huge opportunity. It's not hard. Like, you know, I'll show you for free how it looks. Let me sit down for a minute. I'll show you for free how that looks. It's very easy. You know, you see the thing, you click the button, you do the thing, right? It's not hard. Lucky Box is just another version of gambling. It absolutely is. I said as much, right? I said, here's a new form of gambling. So, like, look. You have something like market open, you know? Like, 6:30 in the morning happened. This was on Friday. And I was showing you guys right here. I show you how to draw those yellow lines so you know when it might break. I clicked the button when it broke this yellow line, and the reason I did that was because see how it keeps going near the yellow line, but it doesn't want to go through? See how it pushes up over the red and the yellow and white, goes above? Then it came back down, and the minute it came back down, you can see right here, see that right there? I'll put my finger there. See that right there? Comes right back down. So go down, and go down. You click the button, it goes down. If you just click the button right there, you're looking at thousands of dollars, like, believe it or not. So, I don't know, there's 2 opportunities. It's not hard. They happen every day like that. It's literally just clockwork. It's repeatable. It's repeatable, and it's a system. And when things are repeatable, they work over and over, then you know you have a system. And then when you have a system, you can just go and do it. Then it's liberating. You don't have to worry. You don't have to think. It's not a thinking thing. You don't think. If you think while you're trading, you're done. You turn off your brain and you turn off your emotions and you get finished. I got the course halfway through. I'm buying in 100%. Oh, very nice. Thank you so much. Steven, when you enter a trade to get in at the start, middle, or end of the 2-minute candle. Mark, I cover that in the course. I can't say that here, but it's in 1K a day. You can send me an email. I'll give you the direct answer because you're one of my students. But I can't answer that there. That's like a proprietary thing. I got to keep that. Then if I say too much, then I don't have to sell anything. What's your thoughts on lotteries? Lotteries are not something you should do. You theoretically write code to do the same trades if you have the platform. In theory, anything is possible. What would you do? What would the casino do if Steve started leaving behind business cards with slots with his course info? Oh, they would 86 me in a heartbeat. I'd be kicked out. They would find me. They would approach me on my stream. They would read me my trespass. I would never do that. I'm not handing out business cards. I have a relationship with people. I'm not trying to... I don't run Facebook ads. I don't run Instagram ads. Monty Python fully addressed the transition, a mass problem. Okay. Well, we had somebody that went in. I haven't gotten the email yet, but I'll say congratulations once I do. Yeah, listen, it's not an impulse thing nowadays to do what I'm offering. You guys have to get to know me, get to know that I'm looking out for you, that kind of thing. Oh, Norway wins. Wow. Norway wins overtime thriller as Canada leaves the World Juniors, is it? Let's see here. Look at this. Breaking news for all the Canadian sports fans. Norway won the bronze and Canada won nothing. That is insane. Norway stunned Canada 3-2 in overtime of the bronze medal game to capture its first ice hockey world championship medal on Sunday. Well, there you go. Canada, you're slacking. What's going on? You're not in the Stanley Cup final. You got the best player maybe ever in Connor McDavid languishing and dying on the vine up in Edmonton. Come on now. Got a silver medal in the Olympics. And you got Mitch Marner down here ready to win the Stanley Cup and the Conn Smythe Trophy. What can I tell you? I don't know what's happening with Canadian hockey right now. It's weird. Well, I mean, the whole world is embracing hockey, and as a Canadian, I love it. But when the whole world gets good at hockey, you got a lot more competition. You can't dominate like you used to dominate, and that's just what it is, you know? Yeah, Mitch Marner's not a traitor. I didn't know this, but so if you guys aren't following the drama, I'll tell you some cool drama. Mitch Marner is one of the best players in the whole world right now. Well, he's always been one of the best players in the whole world. He got drafted to play in Toronto, Canada. If you're not a hockey fan, it's the Toronto Maple Leafs. And the Maple Leafs are, at one point, they were considered, you know, back in the 60s and 50s, they were one of the teams, but there was only 6 teams back then, so... You know, it's easy to be dominant when there's only 6 teams. Now there's 32. But Mitch went to Toronto, Canada, and he was a superstar in the regular season. But every time the playoffs came around, he skunked it up. So push came to shove, and his contract was coming up, so the Leafs dealt him to Vegas. And now he's in Vegas, number 1 overall point scorer in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Whereas in Toronto, he was... nearly non-existent. He couldn't score a goal to save his life. So the drama is there's a lot of people in Toronto that are very upset with Mitch Marner right now. They think that he like somehow did it intentionally. I don't know. I didn't know this, but Mitch Marner, he was carjacked. His house was broken into, or at least almost broken into, when they doxed him. Somebody doxed him, found out his private address, and crazy Toronto fans went there. Like, when you have the entire city with one team that they go for, who are putting everything on you, the pressure is intense. When you come to Vegas, we have the Strip, we have the Raiders, we have the Golden Knights, we have a gazillion things to do, and we don't have the hockey culture. So people tend to not go so bonkers over it, and you don't feel the pressure. Yeah, didn't accept an offer to stay in Toronto. I mean, but if you think about it, he has a young child and a wife. Gets carjacked. That's scary. Has his house almost. Was he broken into? I don't know. But just people showing up at your house is frightening. I don't know if I'd want to stay there either. I might want to leave myself. I might want to move on to somewhere else where the fan base isn't going to blame me and me alone for the lack of success. UFC Freedom 250 on June 14th. The other turning the White House into a UFC event. What are your thoughts on that, guys? They're turning the White House into a UFC event. What are your thoughts on that? Do, 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 do. Bribes for tickets? If the Senators fight there, you're willing to watch? Okay. I mean, like, the SEAL Team 6 tag team. SEAL Team 6 tag team would be pretty dope. Those guys can throw down. They're badasses. SEAL Team. You walked past the streamer Bone Clicks? I saw him. I don't know. I didn't know who he was. I stay in my lane mostly, guys. Is Bone Clicks huge? Is he a huge channel? Did I miss the opportunity of a lifetime to get some exposure? I don't do that, so you guys know. I don't jump on other people's live streams or anything like that. I did that once. Back 6 years ago, 7 years ago. It's not the way to be. Bone Clicks. Bone Clicks. To me, you're a video journalist. And if Vegas was up, you would honestly report it. I mean, it's up for the right people. Trust me, it's up for the right people. It's just most of the people are not, doing to where it could be up. You know what I mean? So at Ms. C. Ms. C is a new student with 1K a day. Can't show you their name, but they just bought 1K a day using our coupon code today. Individual unique price, $198.49. Ms. C, welcome to the Studentville. Thank you so much. If you guys want to get in like Ms. C and you're on the fence, you can see it's a thing that people do. Go and learn how I manage to crush my big days and how my students are doing their smaller, basic days. Get in on 1K a day, a full course, 23 hours of content. Shows you guys how to click buttons when it goes up or down. Shows you guys how to do it where you don't have to put thousands of dollars into the market. It's not an investment course. Get in for $198.49. Click the link and type in the code 531. I have to increase the price from this point on. Every single video I do, it seems. My coupons aren't working. I keep trying to request them. They say, no, you're selling it for too little. I have to go up in price from here on in. It'd be a lot easier for me just to crank it up to $2.99 tomorrow. It'll sell at $2.99, but people want to get in for a lower price, and I want to help them. I'm not a greedy person. It's a $2,000 course, for God's sakes. TikTok, around the clock. It's going to go up every day. You might as well do it. If your buttons get stuck, you blame TradingView. It's got a lot of bugs. That's going to infuriate you. Me saying that. It doesn't matter if TradingView is a good or a bad platform. We all have to use it for charts. So I can say anything about it. Please give a listen to the Mormon Tablet. I'm sorry, I don't support the Mormon Church. I have lots of friends who are Mormons, and I talk to them and I witness to them, but I don't support the Mormon Church. I don't support any religion that strays that far from the gospel. I can't do it. But I pray for them to pray for all my Mormon friends to see the way the light and the way the truth and the light through Jesus. And it doesn't mean I'm not friends with them. It just means that I don't agree with any religion that tells you that there's several levels of heaven and you're not going to go to the best one unless you do things that are not in the Bible. That's my opinion, and I don't want to get on with it. Nice weather today in Vegas. Yeah, it's 89 degrees already. We had 78 2 days ago. Yesterday was 88. Today is going to be 93. We're going to be burning up before you know it. And then suddenly it gets windy. And then suddenly it's cool again. To an extent. Okay, let's go into the Bellagio, check out the atrium, the check-in area, and the lobby. $66 degrees in chilly Montreal. My goodness. I just ate a whole package of Oreos. Oh, I've done that, Mark. It makes your poo turn dark, too. If you eat a whole package of Oreos, you go to the bathroom the next day and it's like black. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm dying. No, you're not. You just ate a bunch of Oreos. Maybe I should get some Oreos today. It's hard to buy Oreos. I go to buy things like Oreos. That other Vegas YouTuber did a video on my Luxor deal and blanked on it. What other... Really? Oh, yeah, okay, your Luxor deal. Yeah, Phony King of England, he's been dropping some amazing bits and bobs of deals for you guys. So, yeah, props to him. If I could assign the points that YouTube gives you guys for chatting, I would give him 100 million points. So I guess right now, you could book a room at Luxor for $9 a night, $9 to $11 a night. Of course, after taxes and fees, it comes out to $55 to $65. But still, it's one heck of a deal. I don't know what that... Just say his name, bro. Just say his name. Who cares? I'm not going to dump on him, but you're allowed to say his name here. I don't have a no-name policy. I don't care. I used to be like living in lack. I don't care if you say their name. I'm actually curious to know who it is. Just say it. So anyways, yeah. And then Olive Garden on the strip has street pricing. Who knew? Go to the third floor in the middle of the strip and get a strip view at Olive Garden and get unlimited breadsticks and soups for the same price you would in your own hometown. You know? So that's a great deal, and I don't want anybody who would dump on that. It's actually a really good deal. Yep. Busy and slammed in the Bellagio, as always. Look, we're at a point where I can't tell you Vegas is dead all the time. Like, you guys realize this, right? But the economy's not working for most people. Everyone has to use TradingView. You don't need to make improvements to the platform. It's like Toronto. They don't have to make improvements to the team. Everybody buys the season tickets. Go to Resorts World. No thanks. Yeah, the piano bar is the best place to go. And you get one of these tables on the edge by the railing. And you sit out and you get to see everything. And you get to do some amazing people watching. Like this seat right here is the best one. Because your view looks like this. And you can just watch everybody, cross-section of life. Pretty cool. That's where me and Jay Bravo, we've hung out there. We also hang out at the Wynn Esplanade. Not the Wynn Esplanade, the Wynn Parasol Bar. Used to be called Parasol Down. That's another good people watching spot because people come down the escalators. You just sit there. I don't drink alcohol, so I just sit there and drink $26 bottles of Perrier. It's like that's how much it is. It's kind of nuts. Wall Street Warlord doesn't have a YouTube channel. He has an account to chat with. A lot of people are like, haha, you only have 2 subscribers. Well, when you have no content, there's not much to subscribe to. You don't have to. Do I eat any of the buffets? It's been a while since I've had any buffets. There's only a few left, and by 2027, in the MGM Resorts International, none of their properties will have any buffets, period. So we're getting to the end of buffets in Vegas. Our favorite is the Wynn buffet. But, you know, Palms has their all-you-can-eat lobster and stuff. I think that's Wednesday and Thursdays now, but you have to make reservations online for that. Eat at a Brazilian buffet. Yes, Rodizio. All you can eat, baby. Bellagio is the best for people watching. I agree. What's up, All American? How you doing? I'm reading your comments. I'm just not saying them. I'm taking a rest on my voice. If I see a comment that really interests me, I'll be more than happy to get fired up over that. I'm going to probably stop down at the Starbucks and get a small black coffee. Hopefully it's open. It's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But if you say a comment that has some substance to it, I will be happy to answer it. Not to say that your comments don't have substance, but some of them are, ooh. Okay. See, the problem with these watches is some of them look like, there's a lot of these companies that have been doing like fast fashion that looks like a Harry Winston. This is like $100,000 timepiece, but nowadays, like, the market is just so disintegrated and cheap with lookalikes. So to get something that's luxury, that's nice, that holds its value is difficult. It's crazy how a lot of the Starbucks in Las Vegas close so early. Yeah. There's always more than one. Never stayed at Luxor. Neither have I. How many complications does it have? I don't know. Honestly, I'm not that into watches. I like my Patek Philippe. My Patek. My special one. But I don't dare wear it anywhere. Except for special events and filming. I can't believe I just told you what kind of watch it is. It doesn't matter if I tell you, because I'll always have people that will tell you that I'm faking it. So it doesn't, like, I can never make anybody happy. They won't believe me, some of them anyways. It just leaked, what can I tell you? And then you'll have people be like, it's not expensive. Well, it's actually a special one. It was a gift, and I'm not telling you much more about it than that. It's just like Rolex, right? They make the Rolex Pepsi Blue, and it's like a $36,000 Rolex on the secondary market. And then Rolex makes like stupid watches that cost $250,000. They only make so many of them, and then those go up in value 5 to 7% every year. So like they're investments. You're wearing money at this point. And then people go, well, that's stupid. You'd have to be an idiot to wear a watch like that. Well, sure, I guess. My wife thinks I'm an idiot to wear an Apple Watch because I get bugged all the time. Like, you know, it's a very subjective thing. It's very subjective. Married in Vegas in 93, go back every year. All right. Oh, I'm sorry you're skipping, but that's so sweet that you got married here that long ago. Is there a line? Oh my gosh. No recording, please. Buddy, you're in a public place. Get off here. No recording, please. Yes. I'm sure you're... I don't have anything witty to say. There's a big old line up here. We'll just hang out in the Starbucks for a little. People watch. $100 from... Wait, hold on. Did you just super chat me $100? Holy cow. Gary, thank you. Gary, you know what's better? Staying at Red Rock Resort. Gary says, you know what's better? Staying at Red Rock Resort. Oh, know what's better? Staying at Red Rock Resort, breakfast at the Bagel Cafe, dinner at the Vintner Grill, golf at Arroyo, drive out to Red Rock Canyon. Awesome weekend. Well, thank you, Gary, first of all. Second of all, please, guys, don't super chat me $100. Like, I love you to death. I'm going to heart that comment, obviously. You're so generous. That's a great stay because you can stay in Vegas without having to stay on the strip and have to pay the markups and the surcharges. If you want to do a Starbucks, it's going to cost you $3. So that is a great stay. That's amazingly generous of you. God bless you. That's that's super impressive. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, guys. I don't need your super chats. Like, I don't hustle for super chats. Guys, can everybody like Gary's comment, please? He only has 4 likes, including me. Like his comment, guys. That's super nice of him. 41st anniversary of Michael. Congratulations, Michael. I'm on 23, 24. I don't even remember. Don't tell my wife I said that. She'd be mad at me. Let's go to the ultra wide so you guys can see more stuff here. Bloop. There you go. Now you see the whole thing. A man rushing for a train would know the difference between $225,000 and $25 watch if he saw one. That's not the reason. That's not the person you wear the $225,000 watch for, $250,000 watch for. And I'm not saying any one person is better than any other person. That's not the case. But the truth is, you don't wear the $250,000 watch. First of all, if you're wearing a $250,000 watch, why are you waiting for a train? Just asking. Because those people have a different life than you and me. And they have private transportation. You know what I'm saying? You guys do understand that, right? Like, there's different levels of wealth. You know, there's comfortable, there's struggling, there's not struggling, there's comfortable. I should really make a thesis on this a little bit someday and try to sketch it out. For who, I don't know. But then you get comfortable, and then you get very comfortable, and then you get to where money isn't a problem, but then you get to where money is but it is a problem for certain things. And then you get to where, like, you have personal assistants, they book things for you. You never touch the problem yourself. The money solves that problem and that solution for you. Some millionaires drive Volkswagens. That's true. If you're wearing that kind of watch, you're asking to be robbed on the streets. Yes, and if you're wearing that kind of watch, you have insurance, and you hand over the watch, and then you make an insurance claim, you get another watch. I'm just telling, like, look, you can say whatever you're going to say. I want you guys to, if I could teach you anything, it would be for you to visualize money differently and stop hating it. There's no reason to hate it. I just want to be rich enough to have a personal, haha, I'm not saying those words. Come on, girls, you can do your order. I am so confident in you. I'm so confident. We got 25 likes on Gary Hardy Inc. Gary Hardy Inc., thank you so much. I appreciate you. It sounds like you have a channel. So he's got 76 subscribers. He's got a cool picture of a military service member. Thank you, Gary, for your generosity. Yeah, and people get mugged for a cheap phone. Jay Bravo says the same thing about money. Look, here's the thing. You make it, you spend it, it's gone. You make it, you spend it, it's gone. And once you learn how to do it, it's not that difficult to do it, but you have to learn how to do it. There's people who are way dumber than you that are doing things that make them more money than you. They're not smarter than you. There's some real imbeciles who are billionaires in the world who can't hold a conversation about basic things. Did you guys ever hear about Henry Ford and his defamation case? Hi. How are you? Let's get a tall, what do you have, Pike's Place? No, 1971. Do you have that? Okay, fine.
Tall pipe. Okay, anything else?
Yeah, large ice water.
They charge you $1.
I know you do. You charge me $1 for everything. I understand.
Sorry.
Welcome to Vegas. Pay our taxes.
If you want it, I can give you a tall cup.
No, I get large. It's fine.
$6.99. And your name, please.
Steven.
Okay.
Oh, tip amount. Okay, $8.28 with the tip. $8.28 with the tip. Oh, I don't have to wait for. Oh, I have to wait for the water. Okay, salamat ate. We gotta go over here and wait for the water like it's a thing. And there's tables, and this is super hot. And what I do is I get the large ice water. They have really good water filtration here. That makes a huge difference. There are 4 vectors for a hacker to attack. I've resolved all 4. Figured out how to stop the AI hack about 3 weeks ago. James, that sounds awesome. I'll give him a real name. My name. I love my name. My name is one of my uncle's middle names. So, anyways, that's like the thing. Like, you guys have to understand that, it's just like you got to shift your views on stuff. That's all. Sometimes you use Batman as your name. They don't like when you do that, so I don't know. Yeah, people get mugged for cheap phones. People get mugged for cheap watches. Sure, you can buy a super clone off of the internet for $500, but then you're not, what are you? You're a super clone wearing watch person. I don't know. It just seems like to me I'd rather try to get the real thing. Hopefully this coffee can perk me up a bit. I'm reducing my caffeine. Yesterday I reduced it way too much and I had a complete withdrawal at the end of the day and it wasn't good. Went from 800 milligrams to 200 in a single day. Now I'm going to be at around 600. I'm going to taper slowly on my caffeine this time. Cool. Since Steve is not a U.S. citizen, we cannot give him any technical details, but if you're a citizen, we can let him run the business. Okay. I'm at the Tahiti Village at Enterprise, not too far. Tahiti Village is a neat little property that if you don't own timeshare, you can still stay there. They have a nice pool, lazy river, good stuff. Definitely worth checking out. Yep. Where are the straws? No.
Mostly?
Thank you. I love how they don't give you a straw. You can't. If she doesn't give you a straw, how are you going to drink your water? This is not set up where you can just go and get your own straw. It's not BYOS. Bring your own straw, for gosh sakes. Oh, man. This is my pet peeve when I have this stuff out here. I don't like it. Oh, gross. I have that one little thing I hate. TD Village is a neat little property, yeah. It's across the street from the 215 Beltway, and it's right near the outlet center. So, neat place. Let's get some coffee. Cafe. We're doing a longer stream today, it seems like, than 90 minutes. Topic of the day, unless it's a security issue. What's the most expensive thing that you guys own that you cherish? Change the topic of the day. What's the most expensive thing that you guys own and cherish? Tell me in the chats. I'm curious to know. I am going to go and pour some of this coffee in the garbage because I have to be able to put ice in it. Oh, there's straws. Oh, there's no straws over here. Okay. That's what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. Okay. Most expensive thing. Steven, it's not an insult to keep you out of the operation. You're funny, James. I'm not insulted by anything, dog. Bootleg PL says my life. Mike says time. I'm just telling you. Okay, so we have a real answer. We have Kyle says my house. All right. Well, what's the most expensive superficial thing you'd want to own? That's a better question, I guess. Dream a little bit. Guys gotta have big dreams, man. Without them, nothing can be accomplished. All right. You have a Tag Heuer watch for $5,800. Very nice, man. I almost bought a Tag last, around December, January? I didn't, though. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it can help. A few nice watches. Wall Street wants to own the 1K a day. I'll sell it to you for... I don't actually, you know what? No, I don't think I will ever sell it. I don't think I will ever sell the brand to anybody. I was going to say $20 million. But I don't think I'm going to do that. Apos says, hello from the UC. I'm playing James Bond First Light on PlayStation 5. I'm on PS5 Pro. It's a great game. James Bond First Light is like one of the best Bond stories that you will ever play through. It's like, it's as good as any of the movies. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Now's the time in the chat. I will do a quick pitch for the sponsor of my channel, which is me and my course. It's called 1K a day. It's where I teach people how to take advantage of things in the futures markets. It's where I show you guys how to hack your way on the back of Wall Street. It's where I show you guys how every single day on a trading chart, you have these big moves up and these big moves down. And if you understand why there's yellow lines on my chart and what the blue, white, and red lines mean, you see the same patterns every single day. And it's how my students are carving out, in a lot of cases, 100 to 200 a day. We have one guy who was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still here, but he made $15,000 in 2 days. He made $45,000 in 6 weeks. He's buying a brand new car with that cash. How many of you guys can say that? I trade like this. This is my 83% win rate. I tell my students that is something that you guys can do. And with controlling your emotions, you guys can see we had 31 seconds average trade times. I traded for 10 or 15 minutes. $1,700. Now, I show you guys this stuff because I believe in you to be able to change your lives. And I think that this is an amazing opportunity for you guys to get in on something that in the next year is going to be incredibly volatile, and that's the market. So if you guys want to learn more, go to the link I'm just posting down below. And if you guys do decide to pick up a copy, it's a $2,000 course. Of course, it's got 23 hours of footage of videos in it. If you decide to do it, you get it for $198.49, one-time payment. How much do you have to trade the futures markets? I advocate for prop firms. Almost all of my students, including the guy who made $45,000 that quickly, he paid $100 to a prop firm, had a $3,000 profit target to prove he could trade, and then when he walked out the day positive, he got daily withdrawals in his account to do it that way. So there you go. That prop firm costs $100. And you do that after you paper trade, after you practice trade. So click the link, become a student. If I catch it, the email, and it says that you are a student, I will say, welcome Mr. A or Mrs. K to the course. I won't out your name, but I will give you a welcome in the chats. That's my pitch. It was a lot shorter than what it's been earlier. Dizio says it would be nice to own a penthouse in New York City, just not 432 Park Avenue. Not everybody is dirt poor. I agree with you. There's a lot of people that are doing very well in this economy The upper half of the economy is doing great. Thank you very much. That's what Vegas is banking on. We were having a conversation earlier over at the Paris about how, you know, like I'm in my 40s. When I was a kid in the 80s and the 90s, vacations were things you did, but you didn't always take a big, huge, massive trip, you know? And it seems to me like at some point the vacation used to be, we're going to go camping, we're going to go to the lake, we're going to go to, you know, your aunt's house in another state. We used to take a lot of vacations in Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. It's on Lake Ontario. They had fireworks shows on the, you know, on Saturday nights, and you could smell Nabisco shredded wheat because there was a shredded wheat factory up there back then. And we'd sit by the beach and we'd have fun and go to the regular grocery store to shop and stay with my uncle and his wife, my aunt. And now it's shifted to, what's your vacation this year? Oh, this year we're going to go to, you know, Carlsbad. Nobody goes to Carlsbad. Why did I say that? We're going to go to Legoland. We're going to go to Vegas. We're going to go to Maui. We're going to go on a cruise. We're going to go to New York City. And it seems like now we've developed this culture where everybody's expectant to go on these grand, huge experience vacations. And the younger people nowadays in their 20s and late 20s, early 30s up to there, they're demanding experiences. They don't necessarily want to, you know, they don't want the lake. They want the experience. So they're opting out for these grand things. But maybe that's not realistic for people. Just like how 30 years ago it wasn't realistic for people to do those things. Maybe it never was realistic. So my hypothesis here is that maybe we are living in maybe we've been living beyond our means. Maybe we've been living beyond our means. Am I generalizing? Like, you can look this up, and there have been reams of reports and surveys done on it. When the LVCVA talks to 25,000 tourists every single year, they ask the younger people, and they say that they're looking for experiences. The experiences of Vegas, dining experiences, pool party experiences. So they're looking for those types of things. I mean, I'm not saying it's all late 20s and early 30s. I'm just saying that seems to be the shift and the tilt. Kyle says, I'm doing okay, but I need to put in the hours to fund my lifestyle. That's why you get into my course, so you can do 10 or 15 minutes a day and learn a skill and supplement it. The wealthier young ones have lots of experiences to purchase in European vacation rental destinations too. That's true. People are spoiled nowadays. Could be. Peterborough is nice. I haven't been there since the 90s, since the late 80s, early 90s. The Peterborough Petes. That's the OHL team. That's all I remember. Edward says Vegas is dead. I would actually venture to say that it is not dead. I would just say that a certain segment of the market is dead in Vegas. You know? Vegas is trying to do two things at once right now. It's very difficult. I believe they're going to fall into the same trap that Resorts World has right now, where the identity of Vegas is trying to move towards the upper end of the economy and, wealthier guests, whereas the casino has built a volume business. You know, and if you look at fast food, it's very interesting because McDonald's has tried this back in the day. What was that sandwich they had? The Moon Guy? I have to look this up. It was called the Mix something, and I can't remember what it was. It was McDonald's Mac Tonight. Wow, that's a nice Patek Philippe. I don't like round watches, but that's a nice... This is a Patek Philippe right here for $13,225,225. That is a lot of complications. My goodness. Mac Tonight. Mac Tonight. There was a lawsuit over this. Mac Tonight. It was to promote... No, there was an adult burger, and I can't remember what the name of the burger was. Somebody in there. It wasn't the Big Arch. This is like from the 80s. Mac Tonight scared the living piss out of me. It was this weird like costume guy that was singing at a piano. I had nightmares about this. I don't know why. Some things disturbed me as a kid. Adult burger. Let me see. There was a burger that McDonald's had, and I can't remember, but it was like the vegetables came on the side. It could have been the Big Tasty, and the Big Tasty, yeah, and nobody liked it, and it was for adults. And McDonald's, and then the Jack in the Box tried this concept. I don't know if you guys were familiar, because I don't think they did it outside of SoCal. Jack in the Box tried this concept called JBX, and they actually Jack in the Box, JBX, and they might have actually been ahead of their time back in the day. Excuse me. So the JBX stores were these concept stores that were very much different than what they were offering at the time. Let's see if I can find it here. So this is what a JBX looked like. And you can see it's very boxy and square. And now every fast food restaurant looks like this, right? But you can see the inside is a lot more, I don't know. So like that was trying to elevate the brand to a different level, is what I'm saying. And I think like you're in a volume business. Like, what is your business? You sell burgers and fries to people for cheap because it's either a convenience or it's poverty, right? And nowadays, like, you can't even afford it if you're not doing okay. Like, fast food is expensive. So Vegas is in the same boat. Like, that's what I'm saying. This is a long way for me to wander and weave around the concept that Vegas is in the same boat. Like, they want to elevate the brand, which it's not hard to do here. You just walk up here and see a Louis Vuitton store across the street from Chanel and Tiffany's, which is fine. But at the same time, they built it on volume. McDLT. Could be McDLT. So it's like you're trying to do two things at the same time. It's similar to Resorts World. Resorts World, you know, I remember their CEO or their people when Resorts World was right before their opening the month before, and they're out there, they're like, hey, guess what? Resorts World doesn't care about gambling. Well, wow, really? No, we're going to make all our money on entertainment and shopping and dining because people want experiences. Now, they might have been ahead of their time, but let me tell you what happened when Celine Dion didn't perform. You know, like, now what are they doing? By the way, Resorts World, they did post a profit in their last quarter. Nobody's talking about that. But my point is, like, Resorts World doesn't know where they're going. They don't know what their market is. No, they posted a profit out of New York City. I'm sorry, my bad. I don't know why I said Vegas posted a profit. I don't think they're posting profits at Resorts World in Vegas. The one in New York City did. But, you know, like, I'm having like diarrhea of the mind right now. But when you're unable to define what you do, nobody wants to buy it, you know? And it's exactly what this has happened to brands. Like Nintendo came out with the Wii. Even if you don't play video games, I could show you the Nintendo Wii and you'd instantly understand, oh, I swing it like a tennis racket and the guy on the screen plays tennis. You understood immediately what it was and you knew who it was for. It was for families of all and kids of all ages. And the next thing, they sold 100 million of those. And, you know, huge success. And then they came out with a successor to it. They didn't market it correctly and nobody bought it. It wasn't bad. The Nintendo Wii U wasn't bad. It was actually in a lot of ways more powerful than the PlayStation 3. But they didn't sell because nobody knew what it was. So if people don't know what Vegas is, people don't come to Vegas. You know, and 2025 was an identity crisis for Las Vegas. You know, chase out the volume. 2026 looking like an identity crisis again because now you want all the volume to come back. The problem is if you chase people away for a year, who's to say they're going to come back the next year? Nobody likes a bipolar girlfriend. Gentlemen, can you give me a heck yeah? Revenue rose 26% a year. Yeah, the revenue is up because Vegas wants the rich people. But now they're like, oh, well, we want the rich people and we want the regular people. Okay. My eye is so burning. Sometimes I get sweat. Yeah. 1 minute she loves you for you, and the next minute she loves you for your money. That's what it is. Vegas is like the bipolar girlfriend. You never know where she's coming from. She love me for me, or is it just my money she's after? I can't tell. I'm not sure.
No, I think so.
I'll read your comments. If I see a comment that strikes my fancy, I will start talking. For right now, just enjoy some of the ASMR, I guess. Double styrofoam packaging. Patty on top of bottom of the left button on the side. Lettuce, tomato on the top. Crazy times. Yeah, McDonald's. Because adults want their vegetables crispy. You know, generally McDonald's food now is served hot and fresh, if you want to call it food. I eat it, but I know it's bad for me. But if you ordered a spicy chicken sandwich or a crispy chicken sandwich from McDonald's and you ate it relatively quickly, guess what, Chuck? I love that Corvette. I want that car so bad you don't even know. Yeah, it would have crisp lettuce and tomatoes and stuff like that. Resorts World New York profited a post-profit because they received their table game license. Well, good for them. Dang. There's the Mustang Mach-E. Suburbans, fleet cars, Cadillacs. Pretty busy transportation line here on a Sunday. There's the traditional Mustang. I like that Mustang EV. Look at the traditional Mustang. Look at the angry turn signal. It's blinking at you, baby. Nice. We should have gone in. Oh, that's the Omnia Day Club is open now. Well, that's got Cali plates on it. It could be a rental from California. Who knows? But the Mach-E, that's generally not a rental. They sold a lot of those. EV craze is over. Cybertrucks keep losing value. I was watching a video today on that one car guy. I can't remember his name right now. If you're into cars, you know him. He's got all the car videos. He was talking about like the never-ending fall. Some people bought a Cybertruck for $150,000. They paid overvalue for it at auction, and now their Cybertruck's worth $65,000. It's kind of hilarious. Look how busy the gaming pit is. I keep telling you, Vegas is busy, but the economy is backwards. It's kind of wild, you know? Oh, does she have a reaction? Well, it's not. She can think whatever she thinks. I'm a married man, sir. Wait, ma'am. Sir, ma'am. Ma'am, sir. That's how they address you in the Philippines. Okay, ma'am, sir. Oh, I don't want to walk outside. It's hot. I could go that way, but then the signal tends to die in the mall. Oh, look at that. Well, welcome. We got a new student today. Mr. A. Welcome, Mr. A. He got in on our unique coupon code today. Thank you so much for being part of 1K a day. Thank you, guys. If you guys want to get in, you can still have space before the price goes up. You guys have to aspire to be like Mr. J. He's crushing it. put the coupon up twice more. And we won't talk about it too much because we already had our ad break. But we can still get you guys in if you guys want to be successful with this stuff. Use the code 531 at checkout. Whatever happened to the cyber truck that was lit on fire? They said it was a lone wolf. Said it was a lone wolf weirdo. No more, nothing to see here. Move along, sir. They turned into Officer Barbrady. Nobody's going to get that reference. Move along, sir. I mean, like, the logic of putting a day club here, dude. It is so loud now. Look how dope this is. Look at the LED screens. This is Caesars, man. They don't make money, but they spend it really good. Good on you. I guess, huh? You get a not a great view of anything, really. Like, let's call it what it is. But it's attached to Omnia, so you're getting the nightclub experience. You come over here to the day club. Like, I'm all into progress, dude. No, see, Officer Barbrady. Officer Barbrady's a deep reference to South Park, T-Chris. T-Chris, why are you hating on me, bro? Be nice to me. Oh, and then all you guys can come out here and gawk at the girls who are old enough to be your daughters. Because they're all going to Omnia. And then they're opening Category 11 or something it's called. It's a bar. What's the country guy? That's what you see over there if you take a look at the construction here. Category 11, I think it's called. Category 10. And it's a country bar, another country bar. It's not any of the two guys. It's not Jason Aldean. It's not the other guy. I can't remember. Somebody in the chats let me know. Let us know. The base of the G-Tar is almost done. Yeah, it looks great, dude. Yeah, Vegas changing, man. You know, South Park's not South Park to me anymore. It's just a never-ending political social commentary, which is fine if you're into that. I'm not into that. I watched the first 2 episodes of last year, and they were funny until it was like flogging a dead horse. It's not going to get up and run for you. Like, it's not doing it for me. A lot of people felt the same, I believe. Let's see here. It's always Father and Daughter Day in Las Vegas. Gross. Guys, listen. My wife explained it to me once. She said, honey, as we get older, if I ever go to heaven, just remember, you can get with the 20-year-olds. It's totally legal. But you can only, you know, do the deed so much, and then you have to talk to them. My wife has some sage advice, and it's true. I don't know if you've ever had... Look, there's probably some highly intelligent 23-year-old girls out there, but I don't talk to 23-year-old girls on the regular, but if you ever try to hold a conversation with anybody of the opposite, even if they're not of the opposite sex, if you're in your 50s, go try to have a conversation with a 23-year-old. Let me know how that works out for you. Let me know if you have a deep, meaningful conversation with them. And it's not because they're unintelligent. It's just because they lack decades of life experience that you have. So it's very difficult for them to be on the level that you're at. They haven't had the experience of family members passing away or watching their favorite rock star die or losing jobs, having to move across the country, start their life over like a lot of us have. So they just don't have that experience. Like, you can't talk to them about do you remember back in the 2007 financial crisis? You know what they'll say to you? I was 3. Oh, I guess you don't remember. You know, like, they don't remember, like, because they don't have that experience. You know what I mean? So, it's true. It's Luke Combs. Thank you for the chat. I got the smartest chat in the world, bro. I got the smartest chats. Let's see if they'll let us walk through the F1 arcade. So, yeah, it's like, you know, eventually you got to have a conversation. Plus, the worst part, I'll tell you the worst part, my opinion. Yeah, with a young girl, right? They don't know what it feels like to be cheated on real hard. And so they're more When you don't know the hurt, you're more inclined to commit the pain, to do the thing, to cause the hurt. And that's one thing I would say you guys have to be careful of. This is the F1 experience. I feel sorry for anyone that didn't get to experience the 80s. Remember the 80s? That's Goat Boy. Jim Brewer, before he was political. Wow, there's nobody in here. Hi. There's nobody in here, but this is where you can go and play these dope F1 experiences. Look at that. Dang, they have a really good upstairs. Let's see if we can get up there. How do we go up there? I've been up there once when this place very first opened. Remember, this was the place that was supposed to open like 2 years ago. 3 years ago. Like since F1 started. How do we get back in? We go that way. We have to get upstairs. No, upstairs is just a little bit bigger version of this. Well, there's nobody here. However, Joe's is busy. This is a highly underrated restaurant. Joe's Prime Steak Seafood Stone Crab. Definitely worth going to. Genesis is ancient music history. But I can't dance. Isn't that Genesis or was that Peter Gabriel? I can't sing. My music feed lately, I've been using Apple Music. They have this incredible AI playlist feature now on Apple Music. I love Apple Music. I know a lot of you guys are Spotify or you Google, YouTube. I have YouTube Music. I don't have Spotify, but on Apple Music, you can go in to make a playlist. And when you go to create a playlist now, you can just talk to it naturally. So, for example, on Friday, right, we were over at the Five Guys and they were playing some music and they played Garbage. It's a band from the 90s. They had a song called I'm Only Happy When It Rains. And Mr. Jim sent me an email. I'll look at your email later, brother. I love you. You should. I'm never going to show you with the title. Just the subject line. I love Jim because he's been watching me for years and I trust him. And he's a great guy, but if you got that email from anybody else, you'd be like, yeah, what kind of prince in Africa is trying to get me send the money? Anyway, so the way Apple Music works is you just talk to it naturally. So I was like, give me a playlist based on 90s alt rock with female singers who were chart-topping artists. And then it goes through and it finds Courtney Love and Hole and Veruca Salt and Garbage and Alanis Morissette, and it just gives me a really cool playlist. It's kind of slick. 70s and 80s were the best decades for music. I like. Here's the thing. Wow, you're Pandora, car guy. Car guy is like I'm like 30 years old school. Pandora used to be the ish. I remember that. I had Sirius XM for a little bit when I had my Nissan Leaf, and they give you a 1 year. Sirius XM is like the worst. You guys think I'm bad with my 90% off on 1K a day? Here's the code one more time. If you guys want to get in. Sirius FM is in like the worst possible type of business because if you ever try to cancel Sirius FM, it is, number one, nearly impossible to cancel. Number two, if you do, they offer you 17 different discounts to stay as a customer. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's called a dark pattern. Dark patterns, the coffee is kicking in, by the way. You are all in big trouble. Dark patterns are, there's a whole website dedicated to sites that do dark patterns. When, like, you want to cancel Amway and it's almost impossible to cancel your Amway membership. And they make it very difficult, and then you have to talk to a human being, and you end up canceling your credit card. I had that with Melaleuca. It's a company that I tried to promote through the channel. I liked their products, but then when the economy got bad for me, I had to cancel Melaleuca, and so they wouldn't let me cancel without talking to a person. So here's what I ended up doing. I'm going to show you guys a trick. You want to see a trick? I'm going to show you guys a trick. Now, anybody can get this card. It's a credit building card that I have from years ago. So this card is made out of metal, and it's called the Unicorn Card with Cred.ai. And the way this card works is that you go into the app and you create a virtual card number through the app. So what I had to do to cancel Melaleuca, which is an MLM type of company where they drop ship you every month and they wouldn't stop charging me, is I had to replace my regular card with this card. I created a single-use card, and then I drained all the money off this account, and then it bounced. What it did is it bounced, and it bounced and it bounced because the card number was canceled after I created it. So I created the card, destroyed the card number as a virtual card. Anybody can get this card, by the way. This is cred.ai, and it gives you it's a metal card that comes in the mail, gives you a $2,500 credit limit, or credit line, trade line. It's called a trade line in the credit business. And then you fund it up to $2,500 with real money. Yeah, it's like trying to cancel cable, right? It's a dark pattern, you know. And that's my experience with SiriusXM, because they make you put a card on file. Yeah, but see, here's the deal. This is a real card. Like, this is a real Visa card with a real trade line. Okay, so this is a real card with a real trade line. This is real. It's real. I can't use, for some services, you cannot use a Cash App card. This is a Cash App card. Yep. This card has a number on the back. You can see my fingers covering up almost all of it. You can't use this because they will detect these, or they will detect green dot cards or those Amex Bluebird cards. They know what they are. They know what they are, and they don't use them. I just pulled up that card. Thanks for the tip. Yeah, cred.ai. Go and get it. And, you know, it gives you a real... It's either $2,000 or $2,500, and your credit will shoot up by 20 or 30 points within a month. Yeah, if you have no credit, it's also good too, because they're not really doing anything. They're opening a line of credit you never get to touch. There's zero risk to them. But then when you load the card from your bank account or a debit card, they charge fees and stuff like that. So they make their money on the fees that they charge you to use the product. But let's say you had to rent a car. It's great because you have $2,500 or $2,000 sitting there, and you know, you take $1,000 from your bank account, throw it into there, and now you can rent the car. And then the virtual card part of that is fantastic because you create a card that's a one-time use card. Nobody can ever use it again. But if you're using Apple Pay on your phone, it's very similar. You just double-click the button. I don't have any cards loaded into here, but if on my regular phone I have like all my cards and you scan it, this creates a virtual number one time too. Then it destroys the number, so no merchant can ever steal your identity. That way you can't steal your credit card info, because even if they steal your Apple Card info for that one transaction, the number is burned and they can sell it to the dark web and it'll never be used ever again because it's a dead card now after one use. Schwab has good offerings too in debit card, yeah. You probably can't post the link because I think I banned everybody posting links but me, RTO, and I know you're super awesome because you're one of my students and stuff. Yeah, so let me post it for you. It should just be cred.ai, right? Cred.ai. Yeah, cred.ai. Yeah, right here. Yeah, cred.ai. We make super cards. So, here. They have one for brands. Maybe I should do that. Here. Boom. Boom. Yeah, I don't make a penny if you go use cred.ai. I don't care. I'm just telling you I've used it in the past. I have that card. It's still valid. I should probably reactivate that account. Trying to think if I drive my car to San Francisco or if I rent a nice car. And you can use Turo, by the way, too. Turo, you can rent a car for a month or two or three or a year on Turo. They do long-term rentals. Hey, buddy, what's up? How you doing?
Oh, good.
Nice to see you.
Watching you for years.
Appreciate you, buddy. What's your name?
Kevin actually moved here.
Oh, yeah.
Watching your videos.
I think I met you before, right?
No, we've
No?
never met. I've lived here for like 6 years.
Okay.
We've never met. I always miss you by like an hour or two.
Oh, now you got me. That's cool, Kevin.
In person.
Yeah.
You're bigger in person, man.
I'm fatter in
You look like
person.
Wow. I'm not going to go there.
It's good, man. I appreciate you, man.
Just down here doing a walk.
You're bigger in person, too.
Thank you.
There you go. I used to say to people when I did timeshare, I've seen you before. Are you on TV? And then they'd say no. And I'd be like, I know. I've never seen you before.
That's crazy.
No, I mean, like, you got to stop them somehow, right? Anyways, yeah, there you go. How are you enjoying this trip?
You know, it's getting better. I mean,
Okay.
Memorial Day was dead.
Right?
I mean, I hear all the talk. It's dead, it's live, it's talk.
Sure.
It depends where you are.
Yeah, when you
Walk
are and
off
where you
the
are.
strip, it's dead.
Yeah, yeah.
Walk on the strip because of BTS, it's busy.
Sure.
But once BTS is over and the conventions are over,
Yeah.
it's going to go back to dead.
Look, if I want to tell everybody it's busy, I'll spend all my time at Bellagio or the Venetian, and everybody says it's busy. And if I want to tell everybody it's dead, I'll strategically stay right here and
You're
show people it's
absolutely
dead.
right, though. I mean, at certain times, dinner times and stuff, people congregate.
Yeah,
And then when it's not,
yeah.
it is dead.
You got to watch, man, because like on here, I go like this and I say there's zero traffic. Then I go like this and I go look at all the cars on Las Vegas Boulevard. It's just like everybody just
They're all
play.
locals, though. You look at the plates; they're all
yeah.
Nevada plates.
I know, man. Well, Kevin, nice to meet
Yeah,
you, brother.
take it easy, man.
Yeah, have a good one, dude.
See you later.
Thanks to meet you. Thanks to meet you. I actually just said those words. I'm telling you, bro, I get hot. My brain don't work. Funny you were talking about the unicorn card. My wife is on TikTok and she's having issues with a prepaid card. Cool. La 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 la. People don't know. No, dude, you don't understand. I don't have anything if I don't have an audience with people like Kevin that want to bump into me. At all, period, full stop. I appreciate him so much because he lends credibility to me being influencer. I hate that, stupid. Hey, Clay Aiken is playing over at the thing. Clay Aiken, is he still alive? I thought he died. That was just his career. Here's oh, Clay Aiken. Anyway, look at this. This is the casino for the Mirage. Being built at a rapid clip, bro. Telling you. I like it when somebody notices you. I like it when you call me Big Papa. I had caffeine and now my brain is running at rapid fire clip pace. It's not good, folks. Not good. Yeah, they're really doing a number like just before you know it. You're going to see a giant ass casino, which will be the talk of the town, the belle of the ball. I want one of these. Like, I don't want to wear gay shorts, but I want one of those. What are these called? Can somebody tell me? Like, I don't think I'm going to wear those shorts, but I like this thing. Where do I buy this? Can I get it at Best Buy today? Like, I don't want to look like a homosexual, but I want to ride a scooter. I am so rude. I pray forgiveness for that. Monocycle. Who do you think will replace Copperfield? Oh, I don't know. All I care about is whether or not he's on the Epstein list. Probably not. That looks dangerous as hell. I'm sorry, but I don't know about that. One wheel. Monocycle. I want to carry my iPhone like a purse. How do I do that? Oh, good golly. Lance Burton retired. Lance Burton was a classy guy. I don't think anybody ever had anything against Lance Burton. He's got a great story. Came here from Kentucky. Penn and Teller were so impressed with Lance Burton. He used to be the headliner at the Monte Carlo back in the day. And they were so impressed with him that they gave up their, time at the Rio Theater just for Lance Burton. Oh my gosh, this Mercedes-Benz. That is slick. Oh man. I don't want to make any stupid purchases. Trying to buy stuff. Trying to buy a $100,000 land deal next year. Ugh. But there's a nice car. You know what? I should probably do this because my god nephew, I don't even know. Hold on, one sec. Here. Hold on. He keeps texting me. And he doesn't know that I'm doing this right now. My wife gave him this PlayStation hat that I have, and we got reconnected. He's a cool dude. Here, come on. Live now. And he keeps texting me and I'm ignoring him. And I feel bad ignoring him. Make a comment. Maybe he doesn't get that text. He's in the Philippines. It's like morning there. Did you change your car yet? No, I'm still driving the Lexus. Ships to you in 3 days. Watch it on YouTube to get a promo code. I don't like to buy stuff off the internet. I want to buy it in person. I'm kind of that guy. I don't know. So anyways, so yeah, no, I've never been to Penn and Teller. I don't know, man. I feel like I had this conversation with y'all about how I can separate the person from the art or the politics or whatever, and generally I can, but then it gets to a point where I'm like, sometimes I just can't, and so it's the atheism thing. And I know this sounds superficial as heck, but Penn Jillette's an atheist, and here's what happened. Penn Jillette's an atheist. Fine. I don't care, usually, typically. But he had this little online spat with a guy named Ray Comfort. And Ray Comfort's from New Zealand, and he's a pastor, and he runs a ministry, and he does a lot of really great outreach. And he taught me a lot about witnessing to people as a Christian. And Ray Comfort's a famous guy. And so Penn and him were supposed to have a debate. And then they did have the debate, and they filmed it. And then Penn Jillette, he's a businessman, it's fine. He told Ray Comfort, you can't use any of the footage from this part. And that was the part where Ray Comfort basically dunked on him. And I'm like, okay, well, why? Why would you do that? Is it because it makes you look bad? Like, that's no way to be. So I kind of like, at that point, I just said, man, I'm not too interested in supporting Penn Jillette. Because I just don't like when a person does that. That's it. I'm not into it. You know, if you're gonna open your mouth and you have your principles, you have to lay it bare, or else, you know, it's the same reason I really try not to support Family Guy anymore. I watch that show from its inception, and I was a huge fan, but then Family Guy decided that there were certain groups that they were going to protect and not, you know, make jokes about. And to me, it's like, no. In comedy, either everything's on the table or nothing's on the table. You either are all in or you're all out. And that's it. You can't pick and choose because you feel pressure from Hollywood or, you know, whatever. So that's it. It's the One Wheel Pint X. Okay. My older brother is an Amazon freak. You go to his house and he will have 2 or 3 boxes in his front yard. Yeah, I mean, I buy a lot of stuff on Amazon. Yesterday I bought, what I have delivered. I had some wound care. I picked on a thing on my neck because I'm a hypochondriac and it got all bad. So I bought some stuff for that. And then, but I buy all my supplements. I buy my liposomal glutathione. I buy my liposomal vitamin C there. Those are hard shipments to get because you have to pay $10. If you don't know this, Amazon has a thing in a lot of markets now where you can pay $10 and get it within an hour. So I'll take an item like liposomal glutathione, which is sensitive to heat. And I have to order it on a Monday at 10 o'clock. It's what, $47 or something, I don't know. Then I have to pay another $10 to get it to my house within an hour so I can properly track the delivery driver so I can make sure it goes straight in the fridge because I live in here. It's always 100 degrees outside.
First 20 lost.
You know?
$20 for every $100 of loss there.
Steven, have you ever been to the Philippines? I've seen many Philippine expat videos. Yeah, a couple of times actually. I love it there. It's a beautiful place. Whew. Let's go to the Venetian, see if there's a bunch of people in there. I'm gonna go up and around. I'd rather get my supplements at GNC. GNC is a terrible value because they have all the overhead and they just charge a lot for their stuff. And, you know, I just prefer to not go to the GNC, not have to buy their whatever membership they have. Just straightforward. I'm going to admit something to you that you guys are going to think that I'm unrelatable. I don't shop in person hardly at all anymore. I buy all my groceries online from Albertsons or Walmart. I have delivery to my house. I try not to go into stores anymore, not because I think I'm rich, but just because it's such a hassle to leave my house and go fight the crowds and just do all that stuff. And I order everything to my house. I don't know. Anybody else do that? We got our own supplements from Swanson. I've heard of Swanson. They're a really good national brand. They've been around a long time. They're generally very high quality. Does anybody else do that? Is there anybody else that is literally just only... I want to sit here, this guy next to me. Hopefully he's okay. Anybody else just only get stuff ordered to their house nowadays? We do mostly groceries at HEB and Walmart. You don't get any delivery stuff. I mean, when it comes to produce, that's tricky because you want to touch it and you want to make sure it's the highest quality. My neighbor gets delivered from Walmart, where food, Walmart, you name it. That's all it is about that life. I have the Walmart Plus subscription. But you know, if you get these subscriptions and stuff like Walmart Plus, for example, you get Paramount Plus for free. Or there's another one. It's either or. You get one of the two for free. Like, I'm watching Breaking Bad. I have 2 episodes to go. I never watched the last season, and I hardly remember anything from that era in my life because I was a depressed, horrible freak. So I'm watching Breaking Bad all the way through again, and I'm on Netflix, and I don't pay for Netflix. It's supposed to have ads, but Breaking Bad has no ads. The only trade-off is that I can't minimize it on my iPad. It stops playing. I don't care about that. It's 1080p, perfect. Plays on my Apple TV, 4K, plus whatever the hell they call it. Plays on my iPad, plays anywhere. It's fine. And I get that as a perk with my phone plan somewhere. By the way, here's another tip for you guys for saving money. If you guys are looking to save money, because I've been broke for so long in my life. If you guys are looking to like save money, you should understand that. For example, let's say you go with a prepaid phone plan. You're on Mint Mobile. You might pay $30 or $40 a month for Mint Mobile, unlimited everything. But what if you paid $10 a month for Verizon, more, and then they gave you Netflix for free? And Netflix will cost you $14 a month, right? So now you're getting Netflix for free with your Verizon plan for $10 more than you'd pay for one of those phone companies that Mint Mobile, which is not the best phone service. And you're still on Mint Mobile, you're on T-Mobile, just so you know. Mint Mobile uses T-Mobile. It's not its own provider. But now you're getting a $14.99 a month Netflix subscription at no cost. That you know, and so that times 12. That's a $179 a year extra value for you by paying a few dollars more for Verizon and getting the deal. Netflix Poland is $9 a month. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, there's lots of things like nowadays. Like I say, Walmart Plus has either Paramount Plus or another. Apple TV, I can bundle Paramount Plus and another thing into one bill. Apple's really good with billing, by the way. Apple TV is a great product. I needed to get one because my Roku was 9 years old, and it just YouTube TV took 30 seconds every time to load. Now I turn on my Apple TV and it loads in 2 seconds flat. Like literally, I counted 2 seconds. Mint Mobile uses Verizon. Oh, does it use Verizon? It's terrible. I'm on this phone here has I can't remember what this phone is. Maybe it's Visible Wireless. I'm not really sure. Yeah, this is Visible Wireless. It's a Verizon provider. My phone I'm talking to right on, I'm streaming on, it has a Verizon postpaid plan and a T-Mobile postpaid plan in this phone. So I have 2 phone numbers that I use for different things. One for business, one for personal on this phone. And then my iPad here, this iPad mini, this has a T-Mobile postpaid plan in it for 5G connectivity. And then the only thing I haven't actually paid money for a subscription would be my iPad Pro or whatever, the big one. And that one there, I never take it out of the house, so I'm never off of Wi-Fi, so I don't have to pay for that. But that has the cellular built into it too. Spectrum gave me free phone line for a year when I called to cancel. And see, that's a dark pattern, bootleg. That's what I'm talking about. When you call and they just throw the farm at you, you're like, well, hey, guess what? If you give me free phone, I probably wouldn't have called to cancel you. But now they give me free phone. Now, why did it happen only when I called to cancel? Huh? You know what I should have done, and I'm not thinking. I'm going to go back to Five Guys because I'm pretty much out of water, and I drank a bunch of caffeine, which is going to dehydrate me. So let's go do that because it's right at the base of this. Walmart Plus is great. Comes with Paramount Plus, yeah. Have you heard the Fire Sticks that are jailbroken? Yeah, of course. Yeah. Here's the thing about those. So a lot of people want to jailbreak their Fire Sticks. And so they buy these Fire Sticks. You can jailbreak them on your own. Now, here's what you need to know. Terminology, because some of you guys aren't tech freaks like me. I'm a freak on tech. So when you get a device, the device has DRM, Digital Rights Management. DRM, Digital Rights Management. And the device also has certain locks put on it by the manufacturer. So it's locked down by Amazon. They make it. They want you to stay in the Amazon ecosystem. They want you to watch just Prime Video. They want you to pay for the no ads on Prime Video. Even if you have Prime, you have to pay for no ads nowadays, which is stupid. They want you to just buy movies from Amazon. They don't want you to install extra stuff. So what you can do is you can run software on those to unlock or jailbreak, break your device out of that prison that they've made. So what people will do is they'll jailbreak their device. They'll go and they'll install an IPTV provider, Internet Protocol Television. They'll pay some guy $400 a year, one time a year. That guy runs a server for the IPTV. And suddenly they're getting every channel ever made, plus all the porn and all the sports and all the everything for $400. I know a guy that used to watch my channel that did this. And he nearly went to prison in Canada because he was a reseller for it. He actually sent me one of the boxes. It was very nice of him to do. And we used it for a little bit. It was fine, I guess. It was a little janky because they're usually underpowered Android devices. Hey, the water's not working. I gotta go to the next one. The water's not working on that one. And but there's some things in there. It's like you are breaking the law by doing that. You should understand that. It is not legal to do that. You're getting all that stuff, but you don't generally get a DVR on any of that. So you're not getting the ability to watch live TV and play pause and record programs and stuff like that. You know, so that's what people do. You are wondering why ads appeared on Amazon Prime? Because it's called shitification of Amazon Prime. That's exactly what it is. It's called the shitification of Amazon Prime. And here's how it works. Shitification is a term that was coined a couple of years back by an author, a tech author. And it's actually very, very, something you'll see all the time. I've talked about the shitification of Las Vegas as well. And what ends up happening is you have a tech company. They come out with a service or a thing like Amazon Prime, free videos, thousands of free TV shows and movies, and everything is included in your purchase. So you go into Amazon Prime and you start watching and you're in the Amazon ecosystem. And when Amazon Prime gets really big, that's when they start monetizing everything. And they do it oftentimes in a very heavy-handed kind of way. So the first thing they do is they, tell you that you have to pay for no ads, but it's still free with ads. So they're double hitting you. Before that, they're usually increasing the prices to serve you that stuff, or Amazon Prime itself increases. And then the selection gets a little bit worse, but you're so ingrained in Amazon and you've bought a Kindle and a Fire Stick and a this and a that, so now it becomes a massive hassle to jump to go to another platform. It's just the way they work, man. And it's these companies that are doing this to you, and Vegas does it too. Vegas gave you the value proposition, got you married into coming to Vegas, and then they start increasing fees and rates and fees and rates. Right now, there's hardly any breakage when it comes to corporate stuff coming to Vegas. They used to give corporate rates. They don't really do that in a lot of the properties anymore. They used to give you extra perks for bringing in your company, and now you're married to Vegas. You do your annual thing out here. And then we get to algorithmic pricing on these platforms where they increase prices of things. For example, if you're a lot of games are sold digitally now. There's people that have noticed that PlayStation Network, which is what you get when you buy games with PlayStation at home. They would see a price for a game. Maybe the game was advertised on sale. $59, now it's $49.99. They would log out of their PlayStation Network account, go browse the store, not logged in, and the same game, $45.99. Two different prices at the same time. Why? Because Sony is taking all the bits of information about you and figuring that you are willing to pay $49.99 for this, but the person who we don't know anything about might need a lower price, so now you guys can have a lower price for this. And this is happening more and more and more. There was a big survey that was done with Instacart, and they looked at 2,000 plus maybe? I don't know, a lot of Instacart transactions. And what they found was that a grocery store chain, I think it was Safeway, was offering prices for eggs at the exact same time to 5 shoppers who are all shopping online for eggs at the same time. 5 prices on Instacart. 5. Some people were paying as much as $4.99 for a dozen eggs. Some people were paying $1.89 for prices of eggs, because it was taking all the information they had for you, and then it was like algorithmically saying, what is this person going to be willing to pay? Like, for example, if you're on your phone and you're browsing high dollar things, high dollar experiences, you're browsing for your Vegas vacation, and the sites that you're visiting are at the Bellagio, at the Mayfair Supper Club, or you're looking at tickets for the Wizard of Oz in the $1,000 seat, right? Then you go to buy a pair of shoes, completely separate from your Vegas trip, mind you. The pair of shoes might be 25% more for you. Why? Because your browser cache and your browsing history shows that you were planning a very high dollar trip to Vegas. That plus the geographical location of your IP address that's exposed to every site you visit tells them that you live in the nice part of San Diego, California. So they assume you have money, and your shopping habits, even though you never purchase those things, lead you to getting an expensive ticket. This was exposed with JetBlue, of all things. A guy was complaining on X, on formerly Twitter, about this, and he was publicly complaining, and JetBlue responded to him, and they recommended that he delete his cookies in his browser cache and go back and try to buy the ticket, because he was saying, on Monday I was looking to get tickets, I have to go to a funeral, and the price was $400, and on Tuesday it was $625. There's no way that many seats sold over the course of 24 hours. And so the JetBlue person said, delete your cookies, delete your cache, you'll get a better price. So this blew up into a mini scandal, where JetBlue had to make a corporate statement that that person was wrong. We're not tracking your cookies and your cache and your browsing history and adjusting your prices algorithmically. But why would the person say that if they weren't doing those things? Welcome to the new world that you live in, where everything is randomly priced to be as expensive as they possibly want it to be for you. Anyways. I also have Prime, and now you have to pay extra to get commercials-free subscriptions. They used to do that, maybe still do with airline tickets if you're using a Mac or a PC. The Mac was always more expensive. My wife is taking a trip to Manila. She's staying at a nice hotel. My price over here on Booking.com for that hotel, for her stay for 2 or 3 days, it was $900 for that room. Her price in the Philippines, if she booked it, $600. Here I am in America booking it. And that wasn't nothing to do with exchange rate. That was just my geographic location. I flipped into a Philippine VPN. Went down in price right away. Go figure, right? So anyways, that's the world that you guys live in. That's why I tell you guys, it's not going to get any cheaper for you. If anything, once algorithms figure out how to sell to you, once algorithms figure out what you want in Vegas, you're going to be barraged with experiences that cause them to have the highest profit and you to have the most payout for what you can afford. And they will extract every last penny. Are VPNs easy to use? Yes, very much so. Here's how to use a VPN, at least on a Mac. Download VPN, log into VPN, click button for a region, browse the web. That's it. That's all you have to do. On an iPhone, you have to click a button and then go into your permissions and set up something in your phone settings, but it's very easy to do. It's a one button. And on Windows, I don't know. I assume it's just a one single click, but they're very easy to use. I use NordVPN, N-O-R-D. NordVPN. It doesn't really matter what you use. But you should, well, actually, it's wrong what I just said. There's some tech bros on this chat that are mad at me because I said that. You should use a VPN that has been tested and proved that they erase things. So VPNs are only so good if you want to have complete privacy. You don't want to be tracked by anybody. Some VPNs use virtual machines on a computer. So the way a VPN works, virtual private network, right? So usually you have 2 connection points. you and the website you want to go to, and you connect this way. The VPN is a point up here. So when you go, it goes up here to the site, up here to you. Makes you look like you're in a different place. There's a machine in the middle that gets all of your data and scrambles it so your internet service provider doesn't know what site you visited, and so the site that you're visiting doesn't know your internet service provider. It creates a screen. And that's fine. Now, if somebody went to the VPN company and they said, we want details on this user that we know is a customer of yours, the VPN company would have to hand over everything they have about you by law. However, there's VPN companies that use virtual machines where you connect to the machine and the machine reboots every few hours. And since the machine is held in RAM only on the computer, it's complicated, I won't get into it. It erases the session when the machine reboots. Pretty much the only way to use a VPN. And by the way, you can still be caught by the government if you use a VPN. The government is smarter than you think they are. Everybody thinks the US government is inept. If they can catch crypto people and they can figure out who owns Bitcoin wallets, they can catch you on a VPN. For nearly 100% of you, hopefully all of you, hopefully 100% of you, this doesn't matter because you are certainly not doing anything that is that illegal. You just want to be able to stream Netflix Canada or, to go on vacation and get Google News USA. Like, that's what you're using it for, So it's called a tunnel on the internet, which is the form of VPN server. A responsible government would regulate this nonsense, but I live in corporate America. Yep. Ever notice that people who shop at Walmart have weird shaped bodies? Well, I shop at Walmart, or at least I used to, and I have a weird shaped body. Nice to meet you. But that's what I'm telling you guys. Like, I'm telling you guys, it doesn't get any easier. It only gets harder. You guys have to learn how to do something with your life. You have to learn skills. And we're heading towards the AI apocalypse where they're telling everybody AI is going to make everything better. But the question I have is, who's it going to make it better for? Is it going to make it better for you? I don't know, man. We're getting to a place where Microsoft heads of AI divisions are telling people that within a year or two, up to 50 to 75% of all regular white-collar jobs will be automated. And right now, there's I can't remember if it's ChatGPT or Claude. They're advertising features right now that basically work your computer for you while you're not at home and just do tasks for you. 10-hour work days. Just click a button. What's your thoughts on Tillman buying the casinos? You can go watch my video. I posted it up on Thursday. I covered that the day it happened. Tillman's a turnaround specialist, so there's a possibility that he turns things around. If anything, the Caesars restaurants are going to get a lot better. Eating at a bubblegum shrimp in Florida is going to give you Caesars rewards, I imagine. But he also is ruthless with cutting things. And so there's going to be a lot of changes over at Caesars. Hopefully he does his turnaround magic. Caesars hasn't been a profitable company for 3 decades, and I'd like to see them become profitable. I don't know what Peachy Investor is. Is that a YouTube thing? I don't know. I don't really watch YouTube investment channels because I don't know. You got to take your money to a certified FINRA specialist. Peachy Investor. Oh, it's a girl. Best trading strategy if you're too busy to day trade. Price action concepts every trader should know. Looks a lot like supply and demand trading from the thumbnail. That's what I teach in 1K a day, so like what I see so far. The best 1-minute scalping strategy on the internet. Stupid simple. This is what I don't like. I don't like this thumbnail because it implies that you can make $18,415 in a single trade with a 1-minute strategy. And I tell people in my course, avoid this stuff because this stuff will rot your brain. You'll be chasing unicorns with, leprechauns. You'll be chasing leprechauns riding unicorns if you chase this stuff down. Do this before work every day to make easy money. See, and this is another problem I have. Easy money trading? I don't know of easy money trading. I know of dedicating yourself to it and practicing it for a long time in order to make the money trading. Those are red flags for me. That's just a red flag for me. Anybody that tells you all you have to do is this one strategy, I've been there. I've done that. I've been there. I've done that. It is not one thing that just works every time. You know how long it took me? It took me a long time, okay? I trade big. I trade a big fat prop firm account. $1,700. That right there is not $18,000. That's not $18,000, okay? That's $1,700 in about 15 minutes. To me, that's very life-changing. That to me is life-changing. Mark says, just looked and she is selling a course. Well, her course is $187 per month. Per month. Okay. Easy money trading is lazy economics and a sales pitch. I don't sell that in 1K a day. I don't. I guess this is the time where I tell you guys that I have a course called 1K a day. It's 23 hours. It's video. It's one time. You pay one time. You don't pay me $187 a month. I don't tell you that I have a simple 1-minute trade to make you $18,000 in the markets, because that is preposterous and you won't believe it anyways because you're smarter than that. Okay. I tell you guys that you don't need a lot of money to trade the markets and futures if you use prop firms, which are skill-based things where you have to develop a skill, paper trading. And I tell you that you can see the same things every day. And I paywall my content because good content is always paywalled. Always paywalled. That's just the way it works. I'm sorry. The best things in life are not free. You ordered my 1K a day and you never welcomed me aboard. Well, I don't have the ability to welcome every single person. One meow. I never emailed you back. Send me another email. Sometimes my emails get filtered into spam. So I want to reach out and I want to talk with you. So send me an email right now. I'll get home and I'll get back to you today. I apologize. So I felt the need to look around. Okay, that's fine. Look around. If my content's not good, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. I can't stop you from watching my whole course and then stealing from me. People do that. I'm not saying that's what you're going to do. People do that. I just refund them their money. Like, I'm not here to try to fight you for whatever my profit is after you get the course for 95% off. But anyways, that's what I teach. I'm not here to teach you $18,000 in a 1-minute candle. That's dumb. Nobody believes you, but maybe you do. But anyways, if you guys want to see what I teach, which is realistically teaching my people to make base hits, stack your base hits, use prop firms. You don't have to have thousands of dollars for this stuff. And you want to do it at one price instead of $187 per month. Click the link, get in before I raise the price. I keep raising the price goes up $1 at this point every video, because I can't run the sale like this forever. But I'd rather help 10,000, 20,000 students out over the course of my life. But that's what I do, and you guys can do that too if you guys want to. I've taken the course and it helped me. Yeah, send me another email. I mean, look, be persistent. You have to be persistent in your trading. But hey, cancel. If you cancel, I'll give you your money back. It's 30-day money back guarantee. What can I tell you? Sorry I missed your email. I'm a human. Have I tried using AI? I'd never use AI in trading, man. AI is not there yet. AI hallucinates. AI told me just the other day. AI told me when I asked it to research that rents went up 60% after COVID. That never happened. Never happened in a million years. Rents went up 12 to 15%. I said, where are you getting 60% from? It apologized for hallucinating. Oh, I'm going to trust AI with my trading account now? I don't think so. No. Plus, I'm actually privy to one of the biggest. Okay, so I know the owner of one of the largest indicator companies on the internet, one of the largest multi-million dollar a month business, and they have an AI trading product that they're not even marketing anymore because it was working under certain conditions, but it wasn't working under certain conditions, and they're not confident in it. And if they can't get it right, the chances of anybody getting it right now are not very good. Not very good. Majorly bad sign for Vegas health is the number of gourmet burger joints. That's true, but burgers are ubiquitous. Everybody loves burgers, you know? And Five Guys is like $14.95 for a burger. I think it's worth it. They're pretty good. When it comes to trading, do you typically go long or short for the day, or do you always go both ways? I go wherever I think the market's going based on conditions that I talk about in the course. So if it goes short, I go short. I just follow the money. I don't have a bias for the day. I don't think it's going to go long. I don't think it's going to go short until I sit down. I look at the levels. I see what it's been doing overnight. And then I see the market flow and I see where the money goes. And that's it. And that's how I do everything. Every day I sit down and I do the same checklist before I take a single trade. I take a look at where the levels are. Like right now, for example, I'll show you guys. The market opens in 45 minutes. So I can show you guys this. I'm not giving you financial advice. Don't trade based on what I'm showing you right now. But I will show you. If I was going to trade today, I would look here. Do you see this point right here where this dotted line is right now? That's a level, right? Because it stops here and it stops there. Now, market open will happen, right? We have these other levels here. So if I see a big candle that breaks down and has follow through, I'm chasing it down. I'm going down. You see that line? Let's go and make that line happen again. Where else does that line appear in our lives? Well, that line appears right here as well. Right there, right there. It's like a support resistance level. So I'll mark it with yellow and I'll chase the money wherever it goes. See this line up here? See how it hits there and it hits there? If it breaks there, I'll go long. That's how and I teach that in the course to you guys. I'm glad Heart Attack Grill is closed. Lots of people don't have to die. I never really liked Heart Attack Grill. I actually posted this on my X account. I was never a big fan of Heart Attack Grill because the whole fat acceptance thing bothers me. It's unhealthy lifestyle to live. I don't think we should shame people who are overweight, but I don't think we should congratulate them on being overweight. I mean, it's just scientific fact. It's medical literature that shows that the more fat you carry around your organs, the less healthy you are. So in the Heart Attack Grill, they wanted to reward obesity and all this stuff. It was a cool gimmick when it came out. I never really liked it. I never ate there. I think the idea of going to eat somewhere and being humiliated by people is silly. It's just not for me. If you loved it, great. You forwarded the email I sent you. Good. I'm looking for your email quite literally right now. I think I'm logged into both of my email accounts on this phone. Let's see here. Refresh. Refresh. I mean, if you're sending it to the email in the course, that's perfect. Because I don't see it, but we'll get, and I'll make sure I see everything. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have an email in the course. It's one of the first videos in the course. I like the scale Heart Attack Grill has. Yeah, that was always fun too. Well, we'll get to the bottom of it. Make sure you're in the course. You go to how to reach out to me because I have that special email. Make sure you're typing it the right way. I had somebody that blew up on me. They had been sending it to the wrong email. They forwarded me a screenshot. I'm like, well, you forgot the second L. It's nllv blank 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 at Gmail. Anyways, I love you guys. You guys are great. Thank you guys for being with me today. We got about 3 hours into this whole thing. I don't know what Crime Con is. That sounds fun. Don't know what that is. I only have so much that I can pound into my head for Vegas stuff. So, yeah, we got 3 hours. I can't believe we did a 3-hour stream. I'm going to get going and try to see some stuff today. I don't know what I'm going to do. I got 3 hours. Oh, I got to go to the camera store and pay for something. I have a repair that I forgot to pay for, and I have to do that before they send it out. What 3-hour videos? New record? No. I've done much longer in the past. I'll put my link up again if you guys want to get in and be a student with me. I'm always here to over-deliver, so check now. There it is. Your name starts with a C. I see you right here. Right here. There you go. So I'll get back to you today. Your name starts with a C, and I saw your email without me showing it to the entire world. Yeah, so there you go. So if you guys want to get in, be my student, change your lives, be like Mr. J. I can't believe he made $45,000 in just 6 weeks. That is so cool. Click the link, type in 531. If not, I'm going to see you again in another video tomorrow. We're going to be doing a static upload. Subscribe to the channel. I need all the nerdy finance people who love Vegas and love to look at things and think about stuff to join up. There you go. Looking at downsizing in Texas and upsizing in Henderson. All right. Love you guys. All right. We're going to get out of here. We got to push it to 3 hours exactly. We got 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. K-shaped channel. It's breaking my heart, but I will do more content there soon. Okay, I love you guys. We're going to go. Just keep swimming, guys. I believe in you more than you believe in yourself, and I'm here to help. All right. Bye, guys.